Hello, and welcome to Curriculum of Wonder, an actual play D&D streamed show. It's homebrew based on the Strixhaven hardcover. I am Marco. I'll be our dungeon master tonight. And we've got some very interesting content planned for y'all. How about you, Sarah?
Hello, my name is Sarah, and I am super excited to be back this week. I have the pleasure of continuing to play Vega, the Lucent daughter of Dawn's Cathedral, who is now a level 5 human paladin. She gets a second attack now, which is very exciting. Which takes us over to Kat.
Hi, I'm Kat. I'm a guest tonight. I normally stream on a different channel. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention it, so am I allowed to mention it?
At the end.
I don't know. I can?
Yeah, at the end.
Oh, at the end. At the end, I'll mention the channel I normally stream on. But tonight I am playing Candace. Wow, I start over. Tonight I'm playing Candace Crowley, who goes by Cece or Candy. She's a tiefling, in case you can't tell by my cosplay. She is a bard, because if you're playing tiefling, why not go bard? And she is from a little planet called Exandria, in a little town called Port Damali. And she found out about Strixhaven and Prismari, especially while being on tour in a group when she was a child. And from there on, we'll see how it all goes. And I'm going to hand it over to Francis.
Hi, I'm Francis. I'm playing Fergal. He is a human critter summoning necromantic ranger from Innistrad. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm now sending it over to Sam.
Oh, I caught it. Thanks. I'm Sam. I'm playing Stella, the Owlin Druid. She's where I think I'm from this plane. The whatever plane Strixhaven's on, I play this game.
Arcadia?
Arcavius.
That one. Yeah. I'm ready to have a lot of fun. Here you go, Yev.
Oh, thank you. Let me see. Wait, hang on. Oh, wait, from over here. Yeah, over there. Hi, my name is Yev. I am not typically streaming anywhere, unless on my own Twitch channel. But I today am playing Farble. He's a fairy rogue from the Feywild, and you know he's just very excited to get up to no good.
Nice. All right. So last episode we concluded with the exciting cliffhanger. There was going to be a large mage duel between two titans of dueling on campus. One, Egan, Lucent son of Dawn's Cathedral, renowned as the top duelist at Strixhaven campus at this time. And one, Yoke, the second seat duelist, who we discovered was going to be using some unconventional magic. Many of the students at Strixhaven, the vast majority of those who are interested in dueling, have gathered for this duel today. It's drawn quite a crowd. And we will head over to there, opening our session with a day at the stadium. All right. Let's drop our tokens in here real quick.
There's a flower.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, so all kinds of folks have come out today to see this big duel between Yoke and Egan. Very experienced and formidable duelists. As have you all. Everyone is kind of bubbling with excitement. You've got plenty of your friends seated in the stands around you. It's a bright, sunshiny day outside. We are at mid-morning, perhaps. As you guys find your seats and get ready to see the duel, maybe what have you brought with you, or what are you guys up to as you get ready?
I imagine we're shit-talking Egan.
It's kind of hard to decide. Yoke was kind of a jerk too.
Ooh.
It's kind of a battle of asshole versus asshole, but either way, I don't know, I guess we win and lose regardless of the outcome. That said, I don't know. I would like to see Egan win.
Hey, I don't normally come to these duels. Actually, I don't know a lot of you, but are we allowed to mess with them? Is that cool?
Pretty sure
Oh,
that's
no.
like the one thing that's against the rules.
Okay.
A good question, though. But yeah, no, Fergal's right. There's no rules except crowd participation and death.
Okay, so like no inspiring, just watch.
You can just like taunt them with your words,
Yep.
you know? Make
Okay,
them
but-
feel bad, but not magically.
Okay.
Right, not
That-
magic words, just like.
Just like encourage.
Nope, that falls into magic again. I'm a bard, so
Ah,
yeah. Sorry, I'm getting too involved with everybody already. Like I know you. I'm sorry. I know Aurora. Huh.
Oh, hey. Glad you could make it.
Yeah.
cheer, but don't cheer too well.
Have you actually met each other? This is Candy,
Hi.
and this
Hi.
is Fergal, and Stella, and Vega.
Hi, Fergal and Stella and Vega.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I heard you sing on the first day.
Oh, sorry, I guess. Didn't
No,
know if
it
there
was really
anyone
good.
else in there. Thank you.
ooh, you have a fan.
Suppose I do. Thank you.
Welcome.
So the duel, they should be starting soon, I think.
They sure are. You'll see like an officiant kind of get up on the stage and call out, "Welcome to this grand duel between Egan and Yoke. Today's duel promises to be quite the spectacle. As per our contestants' agreement up front, the rules are simple. All magic goes, and there is no outside interference. Of course, no death shall be permitted, though magic is, as everyone knows, non-lethal in Strixhaven unless intended otherwise, and so we expect to see a fantastical display of magical prowess and skill. Please present your duelist wands. Egan and Yoke both kind of walk to the middle. They present wands that look very, very fancy compared to the kind of the beginner wands you guys got your hands on at the beginning of your dueling careers way back in first year. These are gnarled wands with runes that glow on them. You can see fire or lightning crackling along the lengths of their wands. They seem just supercharged with energy. And for folks who haven't seen Egan and Yoke up close, here is Egan, Lucent son of Dawn's Cathedral, renowned on campus for being exceptionally good at just about everything, especially putting people off. And he is #1 ranked duelist. Opposing him is Yoke, who we actually haven't taken a look at before. They are both members of the Lorehold College, both skilled strategicians, and promise to be a duel of some impressiveness. Anyway, the officiant kind of steps off the stage and gives a signal. The duel immediately begins with Egan launching a blitzing range of lightning bolts streaking towards Yoke. Yoke manages to dodge a few of them, takes one to the leg, and stumbles, but retaliates with a furious blast of fire, unlike any spell you've ever seen before. 5 fiery tendrils kind of lash out from the tip of Yoke's wand and grab Egan around the arms, legs, and neck. You see them lift him into the air while burning him and slam him back into the ground. Egan dismisses that spell with a wave of his wand, but looks relatively winded. The two combatants kind of get back up, circle each other, studying the opponent's strategies. You'll hear kind of talk amongst the stands, saying, "What was that Yoke just did? I've never seen magic like that."
I'm surprised Egan doesn't use his sword more.
He's not that well. I mean, he's all right with it, but Vega just kind of shrugs and looks at the sword strapped to her back. But you're right. It would give him an edge in this combat. I think most of the people who do dueling don't really actually duel martially.
Pardon the
He's
acid
alright.
spray there. That was accidental.
Interference! Get him!
The duelists clash again. Again, Egan now summoning a ball of lightning that streaks towards Yoke and zaps an entire area of the stage. Yoke puts up a elemental shield that blocks some of it, and then again lashes back with fiery tendrils. This time that surround Egan, putting him in a ball of flames with no point of egress.
Oh.
Again, the people in the stands are worried, and you'll hear the efficient. Or you see the efficient rather on the other side, kind of looking at the ball of flames, trying to gauge whether Egan is okay, because it is, of course, their job to make sure nobody dies. As people start to get very worried, the ball of flames now kind of getting larger and larger and hotter, its heat clearly blasting the stands even from 30 feet away.
Just tap out, Egan!
No, fight. You can still win. I mean, just good job, both sides.
Still really don't want to say anything encouraging because I never know when I'll accidentally inspire someone.
Just as people are starting to get concerned, you see the officiant put a foot on the stage as if to go and check on Egan. There's this sensation that washes over the area. The hairs in the back of your neck kind of standing up a little bit as the air fills with energy. Blasting out of the ball of flames that was constricting Egan is a massive surge of lightning. 5 forks all arcing straight towards Yoke. Yoke was clearly not expecting this, and the blasts all catch him by surprise, lifting him bodily and flinging him backwards off the stage. Egan emerges from the ball of flames looking absolutely terrible, his clothes aflame and burns covering his body. But he is clearly the victor, as Yoke kind of slides to a stop, smoking, and lies still. The officiant runs over, checks Yoke, and then announces, "Egan has proved victorious! Congratulations! Victor!" And the crowd cheers.
Vega shoots up, yes! And then immediately looks around, sits down, and then goes to clapping politely.
That was different.
Really a fan of those fire tentacles. Quite scary.
Fire can't hurt you.
It can, though.
Kinda.
I drink tea that's too hot, I get hurt.
I mean, I can't just stand in lava or anything. It's just,
Oh, you mean it can't hurt you? Oh!
Oh, yeah, sorry. Sometimes I forget it actually hurts other people badly.
Noted.
Egan turns to the crowd, clearly moving very stiffly as his body is, probably painful to move. But he will take a relatively deep bow. Smoke still rising from his body, flame still flickering along his clothes, before turning stiffly and walking off the stage to the building over here, likely to get change of clothes and all healed up. The crowd is abuzz, talking about the duel that just happened, about Yoke's flames and Egan's incredible surge of lightning. But the duel has concluded.
That was short.
Real fights typically are.
Yeah. I'm used to stage fighting. Which is usually excessive. Not very believable. Especially when Quintilius does it.
We did LARP fighting.
Oh!
It's like stage fighting, but unchoreographed, I suppose.
Right, it's improv stage fighting.
So people do start to get up out of the stands and filter out of the stadium. Candy, I believe you had something you wanted to ask folks.
Oh, yeah, so, Aurora has told me that you all are kind of adventurers and were involved a bit in the whole thing that happened last year.
We did some things. Sure, I don't know if we went on adventures, but we did a thing or two.
I mean, I don't know all the specifics, but I maybe have something I'm trying to do, and maybe y'all can help me? More or less, basically.
We're really good at doing things that don't break rules at all. Like,
Oh, we've never done that.
yeah, never.
Okay, but how are you about... Do any of you speak Infernal? Should we switch to Infernal? Everybody's... Well, then if everybody speaks Infernal, it's not going to really help anything.
Oh, well, sure. We all speak Infernal, right? No?
No.
Just me?
But you speak Infernal.
Sure.
Okay. She says to Virgil and Infernal, what I'm suggesting is it's pretty illegal. I mean, it's pretty against the rules.
Well, it's only against the rules if you get caught.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna talk to the rest of them. Okay,
Yeah.
so technically speaking, what I'm talking about is against the rules, but it's also fun. It's kind of a tradition. I'm trying to steal the Truth Seer Golem. And she smiles like she thinks you all know what that means.
Golems are cool.
Mm-hmm.
I will pretend to not have heard of illegal activities. But oh, Golem, you say? That sounds interesting. I would
Yeah.
love to play with it.
Well, the Truth Seer Golem tells everybody like one truth about themselves, and every year or 2 years, depending on whether or not the students are brave enough, somebody always tries to steal it. And I thought it would be awesome if we stole it, or I stole it, you know. But I can't really do that by myself, so I was hoping for help. If you want to.
I think it sounds fun.
I mean, I'm pretty tired of studying for finals, so this seems like... I mean, here's the thing. Most rules are bullshit, right? They were created by stuffy people who are trying to keep people in line with their old and stodgy way of seeing the world. So, you know, this is probably just another one of those rules that's kind of not worth paying much attention to.
Yeah. I mean, the worst thing that's going to happen if you get caught is that you have to, like, do a different extracurricular than normal, where they teach you how to not be a bad person, which I just basically would ignore, basically.
Before we proceed talking about this some more, like,
Yeah.
there seems to be someone eavesdropping and, like, I just...
Oh, no, that's Farble.
Oh, horrible. Okay, great.
Yeah, I'm not really eavesdropping. I just, I'm not like a talker so much, like a doer.
Right,
Yeah,
as long
but-
as you're involved and not, like, gonna go tell the faculty or something.
No. I'm with Candy on this one.
Oh, yeah.
Great, that's fine.
Farble and I are like this.
Two peas in a plant.
Yeah. And whatever plant has peas in them.
A pea plant.
Yes, something. I think it's a beanstalk. I don't know.
took arcanobotany. I can back that up.
I barely paid attention in arcanobotany, and then I just kind of cheated on the final. So I mean,
So a question though. So I do think that most rules are ridiculous, but so this thing tells a truth or a secret. I mean, is it dangerous at all? Is there a reason why it's locked away? Great. I'm asking if there might be a reason for these rules.
oh well, yeah, it was locked away because it was like telling too many secrets about the faculty. So it got kind of embarrassing, you know.
This
Stella
is
whips out her
exactly the kind
notebook.
of rule.
Yes, tell us more.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So, it was invented by Urza of Terrasiar. I don't know if I said that name right. Let's say. Who sort of was legendary amongst his fellow students for crafting the golem. And initially it had like intelligence and all that kind of stuff. But it was also small, unlike regular golems. Sorry, I'm not trying to not speak with my accent. Like I'm trying really hard to blend in a bit more. Just sometimes when I get excited, I just go back to my original accent, more or less, basically. Sorry.
You can be yourself. We're amongst friends.
Oh, okay, sure. Well, if we're amongst friends, then I'll just talk like this from now on. You know,
Great.
it's more fun to say the R that way. Like the R the way that you say it is like R, which is kind of boring, you know. So I usually prefer R, you know.
That's what I'm used to.
Okay, well I'll just talk like this.
Yeah.
Fireball, maybe you can like fill people in on important details because I kind of always forget the important details because I forget which details are important details.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I really wasn't paying attention when you were talking about it, but it just seemed like a really weird thing to do and something that we shouldn't be doing. And so that is what piqued my interest. But yes, so it was like it's a little tiny golem. It says like a truth if you get to it. I don't know. Yeah, really, the trick is getting to it. That's the fun part. I don't really care about what it does.
Yeah, it's in the Captain Dapplewing's manor. So, yeah, so we need to break into that, more or less. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and there's like supposed to be like a lot of cool stuff like in our way that we have to get like around. It's very exciting.
Yeah, my friend Dora Ann, she knows a lot of information that's going to help us out. So we should probably talk to her as well. You know?
Do we know a Dapplewing, Marco?
You have seen Captain Dapplewing's Manor. It's a prominent building on campus because it's a little bit odd. Most buildings on campus are school facilities, or they are, storage or staff facilities, or the restaurants or supply stores, right? Captain Dapplewing's Manor it's a manor. It's like a fancy house built on a small plot of manicured lawns with hedges and topiaries outside. It's like a 2-story building with a tall roof. You probably saw it on your tour. You never went inside. You do know that it's used by faculty for like counselors meetings or staff meetings. Specifically, folks who work in multiple colleges tend to have their offices there.
Yeah, but there's an opportunity coming up really soon where it's going to be the right time for the heist. Because it will be the end of the quarter, and professors are going to be grading, and students are going to be leaving. And nobody's going to expect anything as long as I remember to not talk. Fireball's here also to remind me to not talk.
Yeah, well, I try to like lead by example on that one, so I not talk, but yeah, for sure.
Yeah, sometimes I get talking too much about various things that interest me, and then I look over at Fireball and she's talking. So I'm like, oh yeah, right now I should. Yeah, he does that with his head, and I'm like, oh, that means I should stop talking now.
That's good. That's a good one. But yeah, so while you guys, we all just finished the exams, right? Like that was terrible, right? Or great. I don't know. Depends on how you feel about the exams. But yeah, like everyone's gonna be really busy and doing other stuff and not really paying it a lot of attention, which is like the perfect time to be sneaking a boot.
Yeah, I always like how you say a boot.
Yeah, it's like I have like sneaky boots.
Yeah,
Like a fun thing.
it's pretty cool. I'm sorry. Are you sure that my original accent doesn't make me seem kind of silly?
I mean,
No.
This is
yeah, but that's like how you talk though. That's okay.
Yeah, I know it's how I actually talk. It's just that I want people to take me seriously as a serious musician rather than like a tiefling pop star.
Well, do you sing with the accent, or is it like one of those things where like someone talks with an accent, but when they sing, it's like without an accent? And you're like,
Oh,
wait,
yeah,
how
I
are
mean,
you
we
doing
didn't-
that?
We didn't really ever sing with the accent, but we would talk in between like performances with the accent. So
Oh, right. So does the party have a plan? It sounds like you've made the ask there, Candy.
yeah.
We have to
And
talk
the-
to someone who has more information. Sounds like is the first part of the plan.
And the second part was to wait till after the end of after the final exams, for the end of quarter break.
Vega looks a little disappointed that this won't act as a diversion from studying, so she has to stick to that strict schedule.
Oh yeah. The last time I got cheating, they told me to stop cheating. Does anybody want to help me study?
Oh, shit. We actually do. I need study group just like last time, the time before it, and the time before that. So yes.
We do it every quarter.
But the smartest of us are all away, so
Oh, see, that's another reason I don't like using my native accent. Is like people don't think that I'm smart because of it, but I'm actually pretty smart. And Farble,
Oh.
you're smart, right?
Well, if you like somersaults, like if you see someone like doing a bunch of cool like somersaults, and you're like, man, that guy must be real smart. Then yeah, for sure, for sure. But also, I'm good with potions. Kinda. Is that helpful?
Oh, great. Siri's
Oh, I-
usually our potion person, and she's not here, so you fit right in.
Yeah.
Right, and it's not that I don't think either of you are smart, it's just that Helianthus takes really good notes for class, and so we usually just copy, I usually just copy her notes, so sounds like y'all can kind of help out, which is
Yeah.
great.
My notes are pretty bad because they're usually just doodles, but they kind of make sense to me.
I think if we all put together our pieces of notes, it will become one whole note, so that's worth a shot.
Yeah.
Checks out. Yeah, I can help. I can help. At least on the like alchemical part.
Yeah, and especially the somersault exam, like it's gonna be real good.
Yeah, I'm like more like a gym guy. You know, like gym class, best class.
Let's fast forward to the Bow's End, where you'll be studying with brews and food, plenty of other people around studying. Exam time is obviously a very tense period on campus, as Strixhaven is a very demanding university, as well as a fun place to go to school. So we'll go take you to the Bow's End. We'll say you've all gotten a table together.
Our table is the best table to study at because we have bottomless fries.
Oh, that's good. I hate when fries have a bottom.
So the exam that you probably are most concerned with is your scrivening and symbology exam. This class is a general education requirement that you're all taking. It deals with arcanic runes, the kind of writing aspect of casting spells and creating magical effects. It's very, very intensive, lots and lots of memorization as well as theory. So you're likely having to share a lot of notes back and forth and do a lot of practice stuff. The way this works is we'll kind of go around and we'll figure out how each of you are studying, and we'll make some kind of a skill check there, and you might get some sort of studying benefit to the exam. This exam, unfortunately, is very straightforward. It's one of those written exams where there isn't much you can do creatively speaking. Other exams have been more creative and likely will be in the future, but this is just written. So, how would Vega best be studying for her scrivening and symbology exam?
Over the course of her studies, because her primary studies are within the College of Silverquill, where she's been like learning how to like summon and manifest an inkling. Is she able to summon a small amount of ink and have it manipulate to her will?
Yeah, as a second year Silverquill student, you absolutely have mastery over an inkling. Learning to summon inklings was a first year class, and I think you might have taken that one.
Yep.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, you've certainly mastered that art now.
So what Vega is doing is she has kind of her left hand is holding a pencil, and she's kind of scribbling down in her notebook, taking notes with the group. And with her other hand, she's kind of summoned forth this inkling that has this very shifting and malleable shape. And what it's doing is bits of ink will fly off of it and then form into the various runes and glyphs as the group is talking about them. So we see kind of this like 3D representation in ink of the different glyphs as we go through memorizing.
Nice. And what kind of skill do you think that would be?
Either maybe Arcana on that, maybe
Sure. Yeah.
just, yeah.
Oh, and you do have
18.
advantage as well because you were studying with a group.
Excellent. It's an 18. I think kind of the idea in manipulating the inkling is actually making this fun and is engaging Vega beyond it just being rote memorization.
Nice. And the inkling is kind of an interesting study partner. It has a mind of its own, so it might, encourage you or discourage you, as your inkling is prone to do. You get to decide its personality, but it certainly has one. Great. So you do get a student die to use on this exam. Or I guess no, this would be a re-roll. Yes, you get one re-roll. Candy, how would you be studying this exam?
Sure. Well, Candy's always heard that it's like better to study with music, so she's trying to like play thinking music on her accordion to like help people focus, possibly including yourself.
Sure. Yeah, give us that performance check with advantage.
Okay. That is a 19.
Nice. Yeah, and what sort of music does Candy perform?
Sure. Well, they're very much just sea shanties, but very slow, so it seems like classical music. But she knows that she's actually playing a song about the fisherman's lustful daughter. Just because she's playing it so slow, it seems like classical thinking music instead, which is like keeping her amused, so it's actually helping her focus.
Nice. And like, everybody else is studying. It's not like anybody has time to try to puzzle out what exactly the song's about.
Yeah,
Maybe they do.
like just playing the dirtiest songs that she can think of on the accordion, but like slowly and more classically.
Perfect. So you do get that reroll. I think you've been successful in your studying attempts. How about Fergal?
Fergal is, I think, mostly focusing on the kind of the symbols, the magical symbols, rather than kind of the ideas. So it's more like this is the stuff I can actually use in spells, and it's more interesting to him.
Sure. Yeah. So maybe Arcana, would that work? Or do you have something
Sure,
in mind?
I'll roll Arcana. Oh yeah, I'm good at this.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I mean, yeah, these these symbols you're learning right now are used for relatively straightforward stuff, but this is certainly the building blocks of all manner of rituals, especially summoning magic uses a whole lot of these glyphs and runes, so maybe directly aligned with your interests. You do get that reroll, of course.
Cool.
In fact, I think you might actually get 2 of them, we'll say. With that 24 result. Stella, how are you studying?
So Stella has taken up like about a third of the table, like way more space than anyone else is using. And the reason is, in order to like really understand and like remember what these like scripts and runes are, she's spelling them out with the French fries. She's like shaping them and putting them on the table, and like once she's like just memorized its shape, snacks on it. And then like, oh, okay, I reproduce it. If I want to eat another one, I need to do it again. And then just snacks on it. And so she is like memorizing with her gut.
Okay. Yeah, what kind of skill check do you think that should be? I could see sleight of hand for like laying them out. I could see insight for deciphering the hidden meaning in the arrangement of the French fries. It's really up to you entirely.
I think maybe insight makes sense. I kind of want to say a constitution check for like eating all those fries.
Right, because the more you can eat, the more studying you get done.
Right.
That makes good sense to me. A constitution check with proficiency, because you are certainly good at what you're doing. And with
Good at
advantage.
eating? Hell
Proficient in eating, yeah.
yeah, potatoes are her element. She's fully embraced it. Ooh, I need to type this out because I guess D&D Beyond doesn't have this kind of roll. Weird. 1d20 plus this minis. Ooh! It's a nat
Okay.
20, so 25.
I mean, yeah,
Nice.
this is working. You found your study method. This is working perfectly. Every time you eat one of these runes, you can almost feel it imprinting in your brain in like a page of these runes and glyphs. Yeah, every time you eat one, it just settles in perfectly. There's like a type of learning this is, right, where eating helps. I can't remember the word for it or the name for it, but like it's a real thing, and you've discovered it for yourself. These French fries are teaching you the runes and symbology in a way that no other study method ever has. And you get 2 rerolls. Last but not least, how would Farble be studying?
Yeah, not well. He's kind of getting like a little bit distracted by his little pest friend that he keeps like kind of goofing around with. And what you'll see is he takes a lot of care, like, you know, like copying the glyphs. Like it's very beautiful, flowing script. Like very, he's very small, so it's like very tiny. But but you get the sense that he's not like reading them. Like he's learning to replicate them so much. Like he's trying to like get really good at like replicating the glyphs and stuff. Like that is where like his attention keeps going to. Like, oh yeah, like I could totally forge this. That makes it's great. It's kind of like learning a foreign language, like how to write it, but like not how to understand it, or like how to speak it but not understand it.
I could see insight, history, or sleight of hand for that. Which of those makes sense to you?
Yeah, probably like sleight of hand, trying to get like the script right.
Sure. With advantage.
Oh, that's 1. That's 2. 22.
Nice. Yeah. Practicing the motions, not worrying about the meaning, just going through memorizing the various runes so you can reproduce them on the tests coming up in a couple days. I mean, everybody who's been to college, everybody who's been to school is familiar with that process, and you certainly have mastered it. You are memorizing by muscle memory all of these runes. You're pretty sure you can reproduce them at the drop of a hat. You get 2 rerolls for the upcoming test. And we will go to the day of the exam.
So do we all have 2 rerolls, or just some of us?
Just some of us. I think everybody got at least 1. But
Yeah.
folks who got a result of 20 or higher do get 2 rerolls.
Got it. Darn it. Just 1 under. By the way, Candy's notes are literally just drawings of everybody that she thinks are hot. It's a lot of people.
Nice.
Doodles.
Well, so the day of your lesson does come up. You guys will all head to the Biblioplex Central Campus for your general education exams. You've been to this course a number of times. The teacher is Brian, I want to say Blackrock? I believe that's correct. She is a Silver Quill Dampier. Maybe she's a straight vampire, actually. Yeah, she's a vampire, straight up. She's well known on campus as a rising star, the youngest professor on campus. Her lessons are more performance art than they are instruction, though you certainly learn a ton from them. As you walk into class, she's already got beautiful runic script on the board describing your instructions, which are very simply to find a seat and get ready for your exam. But you can't help but marvel at the beauty of the runes on the blackboard. They shine with light and kind of are almost animated. Sparkles, glitters, and swooshes. In any case,
Does everyone in Silverquill have such beautiful penmanship?
it's part of the college's mythos, definitely.
Yeah.
Showmanship is the name of the game in a lot of ways.
Yeah, if your whole form of art is like writing rather than art, like I can see why you would care so much.
Right on. So you guys can find your seats. Without too much further ado, parchment bearing a series of exam questions kind of flutters down from the ceiling, and the lights on your desk in front of you. Quills similarly materialize out of nowhere, and ink pours into your inkwell from a central repository on the professor's desk. You all have an hour. Please proceed as quickly as you can. If you don't know one, come back to it when you're done with the rest. And if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. So the first part of your exam is, well, first of all, the title at the very top is Scrivening and Symbology Exam Number 1, Glyph of Warding. You have learned about Glyphs of Warding, a very common magical spell used to inscribe magic in a location, which will then take effect at a future time to be determined when the magic is cast. And so today you're being tested on your knowledge of Glyphs of Warding. First, you are examined on the shapes of various Glyphs of Warding and how those different shapes produce different effects. Each of you will need to make a investigation check to identify the shapes on the page and match them to their purposes as you've been taught. Don't forget that you can use a reroll, or 2 rerolls even, for this. If you
Oh.
have student dice from activities, you may also use those if they are investigation dice.
Do we re-roll it after the fact, or do you call it first?
You can re-roll it after you've rolled, but before you know the result.
Gotcha. Okay, so we don't know the DC.
That's right.
It's just okay. Do you want us to just all rapid fire roll right now?
Yeah, go ahead and roll, and we'll just come around and get results.
I'm gonna use a student die that I have for general purposes.
Okay.
I'm going to re-roll.
Okay, I'm happy with that.
Going to re-roll. Using
Yeah, I'm gonna
the-
re-roll as well.
Oh, it's not meant to be.
All right, has anybody got a final roll?
Yeah.
I do.
Okay. How did Farble do?
8.
An 8. All right. I mean, this part of the test was very hard for Farble. They're
yeah.
asking you to ascribe the meaning to the symbols, and you really just practiced the symbols themselves. This is a little bit rough. Stella?
She remembers that this part means the really crunchy bit, and she loves the crunchy bit. So 23.
Nice. Yeah, this is easy. Absolutely. The meanings of the symbols are like flavor linked, right? You've got that perfect linkage between the meanings, the symbols, and the flavors. So easy peasy. Fergal?
Virgil he paid attention to these because of fear that if he got it wrong, he might explode, literally. So he got a 17.
Nice. Yeah, you're able to puzzle them out. Maybe it takes you a couple minutes, but you do remember you've got all that information in there. So once you've sorted it and got it on the page, it's good to go. How about Candy?
Sure. Candy was a little lost at first because she was having a hard time equating the symbols with like the people in her head. But then she realized it was mostly the symbols she was associating with hot boys, and rather than hot girls. And after that, she got it down and got a 19
Nice.
on her investigation.
Yeah, it all comes together. You know, maybe it takes you a while to get started, like you described, but you definitely figure it out. You're pretty confident in your answers. How about Vega?
She is sitting at her desk, whispering softly to herself, scribbling things and then crossing them out. This was the part that my inkling found boring because I kept saying it was boring. And Vega gets a 10
Definitely struggled
after a
with this part.
reroll.
Rough. Yeah, maybe your inkling wasn't interested in this part. Maybe they just didn't like it, or maybe this is just escaping you for some reason. But certainly a hard part of the exam for Vega. Thankfully, the second part is more about kind of comprehension, understanding, and creativity. So the second aspect of the exam talks about what glyphs actually do. Kind of how you ascribe meaning to a glyph, how you ascribe purpose to the glyph, how you ascribe conditions to a glyph with an activation. And is more of a free writing segment than it is a matchy-matchy. So it's an essay format, and everybody can make an Arcana check. If you think of a different skill you think you could use to write a magical essay, that could be on the table.
Candy would like to use her persuasion to do one of those essays that could be literally about anything, but becomes so incredibly confusing that it's 100% about the right subject.
Okay. I would give you disadvantage because you would be, in essence, BSing the exam. But you certainly could do that, and it might work.
Okay, keep in mind, she's an eloquence bard, and therefore the lowest she can possibly roll on a persuasion check is a 20. Like,
Sure.
she can roll a 10, add her persuasion to it, which is a plus 10, so the lowest she can do is a 20, and
Well,
that is why
she
she's
certainly
opting to
has
do this.
a method figured out, doesn't she?
Yes. She has done this on many tests when she's like, I've gotten enough right already to kind of BS the rest of my way through it, and then I can think about other things.
Sure, we'll have that maybe catch up to you at some future date. But for now, you've got this pretty well figured out, probably. Does anybody else have an alternative skill they want to try?
Farble kind of views, like, he thinks of glyph wards kind of like, just an interesting thing that occurs in the wild. And he remembers that, like, sometimes just when he's like flitting about, like, things just kind of go off every now and again. So he would like to kind of just view it as like a natural thing, like maybe a nature check for where he grew up.
I could see it, again, not the most applicable knowledge. I don't see a
Sure.
direct link there, so we give you disadvantage, but you certainly could use nature instead.
Oh, he's like definitely grasping for any straw. So like disadvantage is great.
Perfect. Everybody else is good with Arcana?
Sure.
Okie dokie.
I mean, I can roll to see if I excel at it with disadvantage, but
Yeah, sure. How'd Farble do?
With disadvantage, you got a 7.
You
Okay.
rolling?
All right, yeah, you're trying to map the nature to it, and it's just not working out. You know, this was a
There we
difficult
go.
exam for Farble.
Oh.
How about Stella?
Stella, she got a 21 with the reroll.
All right. I mean, maybe you associate effects with various French fry toppings. Up to you how that works.
Yeah, so she had sprinkled like different toppings to mean different effects. So, like, they said that sugar doesn't go on fries, but she did it anyway. She was reaching for like their cream, but then Javanish took it away. It was weird.
But yeah, no, you certainly aced the effects section as well. Your French fry knowledge coming in handy. How about Fergal?
Virgil was off to a slow start, but eventually he kind of found his voice and got in the groove and got a 24.
Nice.
today.
Yeah, acing the segment of the exam as well. I'm just blazing through it. Oh, by the way, the number of successes you get on the exam denotes how many student die you get. So I think Farble got below 15 on both segments.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so no student dice for Farble. Stella, I believe, did pretty well on both. So 2 student dice. Those are applicable to Arcana and Investigation. And Fergal also aced both segments. Okay, so 2 student dice for Investigation and Arcana. How about Candy for the second part?
sure. On the second part, Candy technically, what she wrote was utterly devoid of content based off the disadvantaged die roll being a 1, which got her to 11. However, because of the College of Eloquence nonsense, she actually gets a 20 because the BS is so effectively confusing. The teacher's like, I think maybe I'm wrong about how glyphs work. I don't know.
How did Candy do on the first part?
Candy succeeded on the first
Nice.
part.
So we'll give you 1 student die because you've certainly passed the exam with flying colors, but I'm not sure how much Candy learned from it, as far as the subject matter is concerned.
I mean, learning is overrated at a school.
Yeah, I mean, you're,
This isn't about music, so I don't even know why I'm here.
well, you're acing the class.
It's a
for sure.
prerequisite.
Okay, so I aced the test, but I only get 1 student die because I didn't really learn anything.
I think that seems fair to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Vega.
Vega also gets off to a very slow start with this part of the exam, but then starts to recall some of the kind of music and poems that she wrote for herself to help memorize different parts. And she actually had a small bit about the glyph of warding. It was short and sweet, kind of in her notes. Glyph of warding sealed away, hold travels all from here at bay. And using that as a jumping off point ends up getting a 16 total after using 3 student dice.
I mean, you power through it somehow. You do pass the second segment. It was very, very difficult, but you managed to do it. And how'd you do on the first one again?
Fail.
Okay, so you do get that 1 student die, though maybe Vega might take away from this that there's some work to be done for this class.
By the way, I'm guessing the die that Candy got is only in the investigation part, not in the Arcana part. Or does
You can use it
matter
for
with
either
this?
one.
Okay.
Yeah, we won't worry too much about the specifics there. But that is the exam segment. At this point, I believe we've all pre-leveled, but here is where you advance officially to level 5 as you finish your first quarter at Strixhaven, second year, as members officially of your college. Congratulations.
Oh, squeeze by.
So as the exam lets out, other classmates like you, this was the last exam of the quarter. So as it lets out, your people kind of cheering, you're throwing things in the air and running across the Biblioplex's many causeways out to Central Campus or their other places to get ready for their quarter break activities. Many students choose to do academic pursuits. Many students go home briefly. Many students have jobs they attend to, or a variety of other things, or just free time. Normally, your characters might be doing something like that, but I believe you have plans.
Yes, although Candy initially forgets about it and goes off to play musical instruments, and Farble like pulls her back. What?
We got
Oh, right.
we got work to do. We got a whole crew. You got a bunch of people together.
Right. The thing with the assembling the crew. I forgot we were doing that. Okay.
That was your idea.
It was my idea.
I'm kind of enabling it.
It's okay. I was going to do something different that's illegal tonight anyway, so.
Well, this is more like a team activity. So
Yeah, this is like team illegal.
yeah, the best
What
kind.
I was going to do is more privately illegal.
Oh,
So you wanted
Maybe
to
later.
meet with somebody before the big event.
Yes. I think we're going to visit Nora.
Okay.
Nora Ann Wu, if I'm remembering her name
She
correctly.
can show up at the Bow's End. And I don't think folks have seen much of Nora hitherto, so we will go ahead and introduce her as well. Just 1 second. All right. So accompanying you all to the Bow's End, or showing up after you arrive, probably more likely, is Nora. Nora is a human woman, piled up with books after her exams. She'll arrive and say, "Oh goodness! I'm so glad I caught you all. I've been just running around trying to get that stuff I promised you, Candy. But anyway, I've got it all. We're good to go."
Hey,
Hello, everyone. I'm Nora.
this is
Hello.
Nora. We're
I-
both Prismari. We're both in the Trans Student Union, so we've been good friends.
I've seen you all around campus a couple of times now. You're kind of famous. Might not have seen me. That's okay. But anyway, I'm here to help you all with the thing that Candy told me about. You know, the thing where you're going to the place to steal the thing. Great. Well, so actually, my other friend Rubina is somewhat of a diviner herself, and she didn't want Candy to get caught, so she went ahead and used her divination, she wiggles her fingers, to figure out a couple of clues for you about the manor. I have to warn you, most people who go into the manor get caught, and the punishment's, well, it's not bad, but it's not great.
What is it?
Is it detention bog?
It's like that. You have to take an extracurricular with the Dean of Order all year long.
Oh.
Oh, her.
It's called the Value of
Any-
Law. It sounds terrible.
Anyone who gets along with Egan that well can't be fun to spend time with.
It's like a high risk, high reward type of thing, though. You know,
Yeah.
like
Oh, that's right. You're
So
Egan's
it-
sister, aren't you?
It's not. Yes, fine. That's fine. We don't need to get into it, but sure.
I'm not here to judge. I just, he's a interesting fellow. Anyway, and she'll
Yeah?
ruffle through some pages, pull out a piece of parchment, and put it on the table, kind of sliding it over surreptitiously. This is what Rubina found out. And here, oh, didn't save my changes. 1 second.
I'd rather do an extracurricular with Card.
Me too.
Yeah, maybe we'll switch to his class after. Like, if we,
Are you doing an extracurricular with?
Flarg is really cool. He's the other dean, like the opposite of the order dean. He's like
Oh,
the
really?
maximum fun dean.
Over in Lorehold, right? He's the one with all the
Aye.
fire books or scrolls or whatever.
The scrolls on the floor. Yeah, floor scroll guy.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. I mean, I don't go to that campus very much, but it is like right next to Prismari, so you see him around.
All
It's
right.
hard to miss him.
Without further ado, and I apologize for the delay there, here are Rubina's divination hints. Accompanying it is a small note that says, I'm not sure what these mean or when they'll be important. This is just what my magic told me.
Can somebody with a sexy voice read it? I just want to hear somebody's voice.
I mean, you should read it.
You like my voice?
I do.
Oh. The Earl watches over the manor and has regenerative capabilities and no memory. The manor itself is warded to alert nearby faculty if it is damaged in a meaningful way. There's a way in the manor somewhere in plain sight. The piano holds an old keepsake. The paintings hide 2 parts of a whole. The canvas awaits an artist. The silent guardians watch all but one. The quill must sing to leave safely. Beware the web-winged birds. Always take time for tea. Ooh, tea.
Yeah.
I mean, that last one's just generally good advice.
Mm-hmm.
We should order tea right now. If we order tea now, if we already solved it, just skip to the end.
Might have to happen in the tavern.
I kind of want the
Not the
illegal
tavern, the
tea.
manor.
The best kind of tea is difficulty. Like,
boy.
like
You're
breaking in-
practicing vicious mockery, aren't you?
it's like breaking difficulty at level high of breaking into the captain's house, right? It's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Just start to chuckle.
I wonder if I shouldn't have cheated on the test rather than BSing through the test.
Yeah. No. I
No?
don't know.
It's fun to
That sure
cheat.
works.
Have any of the rest of you ever cheated on a test?
No.
Really?
No, I've been really bad on a test. Like
So you
just
should've-
now.
Should have cheated on that one. I told you, it's ABC. Always be cheating.
That's a good one.
But what if it's a multiple choice test? That sounds confusing. Like ABC could be the answers. ABC. Or D,
I
all
get
of
it
the
right.
above.
I get him
Yeah.
right.
If I was to BS my way through it, I'd just answer C for all of them.
I'm really tired of thinking about the test. Can we not say the T
Oh,
word
yes.
anymore?
Yes.
Except for actual T.
Word.
Nora will kind of pat Candy on the shoulder and say, "Well, that's my part in this. Remember, if you get caught, I didn't help and Rubina didn't help. Okay?"
Yeah, no, I get it. Besides, all the faculty love you. They never would believe somebody that's been in the detention box 7 times already over you.
Well, that's exactly why I don't want you to tell them I was involved. I don't want to have to throw you under the bus.
Yeah, no, I understand. But even if I did tell them you were involved, they would never believe me.
Let's not test that theory. Anyway, good luck, and I hope I don't hear anything about this as far as your names are concerned. You know,
Okay,
so you don't get caught. Anyway, bye.
bye. She's really nice.
When I was studying for my historical figures of magic test, there was a bit about that Urza fella. He has this whole saga of all the stuff he did. He like fought the Phyrexians and everything. He's like an artificer guy, made all kinds of things. And yeah, major legacy, that Urza.
Oh yeah, that would make sense that he's you know, an artificer if he's building Thrustier golems, for sure. Actually, usually pay attention in history classes. I'm actually interested in history, actually. Just that, and, you know, I don't know. You know, it's a bard thing. Like, you're kind of good at everything.
Must be rough.
So
It means
this-
I'm also
this-
kind of bad at everything.
So this note says there's a way into the manor that's in plain sight. Do we think that's a hint for how to get in? I don't really. I mean,
Front
seems like
door?
a place to start.
Oh, you'd also know baseline that the Captain Dapplewing's Manor is in use typically during the day, and then is locked up from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So people aren't typically in there during that time period, which would likely be the window you have.
Ah. Is there like a
Perhaps.
common reason people, like students, would go in there? Like a okay reason
Yeah. During
during the day?
open hours, there's school counselors are there. You might even have been inside at one point, but I don't think it's mostly for students that either are multi-college or are looking at becoming multi-college. Without being too sharp about it, it's for students with a ton of academic potential. So it's up to you whether your character would have been over there to see them. But it's like, if you want to push your course load and do even more than a basic Strixhaven curriculum, That's where you'd go. Let's talk some more about it.
Hey, what if we just kind of like stay in the building, like late at night? You know, like get one of those, like they're gonna lock it up, but what if we're in it? Then they're locked in there with us.
Oh. How would we get out then?
Well, we'd have to figure out how to get out, but it might be the easiest way to get in.
So yeah, go in when we're like supposed to go in and then hide or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Are we s- it- are we doing this plan tonight out of character, or is it like tomorrow that we're doing it?
I'm just throwing some ideas out.
Yeah, no, I just
Oh, do you have plans tonight? Do tell.
Oh, no. I mean, if I thought we were doing it tonight, is all. Maybe I'm wrong. So we can't sneak in,
Oh, if
Before
it's
it's
like
closed.
if it's already closed, yeah.
right? Isn't it already closed for the day?
We'll say it's close to like 8:30. If you snuck in now, you probably could get in before the door's locked, but you'd need a really good reason to be in there, right? And you also need to be sure that you'd be able to stay there without getting caught.
All right, there's a lot of variables.
Why don't we try going tonight, and if we can't find a way in, we do plan B tomorrow. We go pretend we're high potential students.
Oh yeah, I mean, I go there all the time because of my music classes, and everybody that doesn't know me from my music classes is like, "Why are you here? You're a big dum dum." And I'm like, "No, I'm actually really good at music."
Who calls you a dum dum? We need to have a stern talking to them.
Oh, just teachers who have caught me cheating before.
Oh.
I'm paraphrasing.
It feels like a justified type of, you know.
They're
Maybe
mad because I tried to cheat on
'cause
the,
you're cheating-
the
'cause
test.
you're cheating, yeah.
They don't really like that.
no.
Right.
Just learning in a different way.
I think they'd rather you just do bad, which is kind of worse almost, because like I feel like cheating actually shows some initiative.
Right. I remember when them said like that's the way to become an evil wizard, and I'm like, oh, I can do that, and they said that's not the point.
Isn't all magic cheating really? It's like cheating at the laws of nature.
I'm gonna say that the next time I get caught cheating.
Don't let Siri hear you say that. I think she might take that to heart as well. So, I mean, we might be able to. Sounds like we've got some time to kill, and then we go over into the Veil of Night. I mean, if it closes at 10, maybe we head over at 11. Give anyone who feels like working a bit late time to clear out, and then we go try to get in.
Another out of character question. Can I make a history check to have any idea of who the Earl might be?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Despite her blithering about absolutely nothing, Candy has been thinking about this. She doesn't know.
It's not something commonly talked about. It's certainly an odd name to ascribe to someone in the manor. If you've been there, you've never seen or heard about an Earl of the manor.
A little confused about who the Earl of the Manor is supposed to be. I've been thinking it might loop back around to the end, and maybe they're talking about Earl Grey tea.
Ooh.
So is there anything you guys would like to do in the time you've got between now and when your projected approach at 11 p.m. would be? So you've got like a couple hours. If not, no worries. We can just head straight there.
I, if it's possible, would like to go to the Biblioplex to see if I can find any books specifically about the manor.
Absolutely, you can do that. Does anybody want to go with Candy? Does anybody want to go somewhere else besides that, I guess is the shorter question. Cool, awesome.
Sounds like a good idea.
To the Biblioplex you all go. It is like, towards closing. There are still plenty of students here. There's a Minotaur student, same year as you guys, who is almost always in the Biblioplex. So you'll notice them among the stacks, but largely it's kind of quiet and there's very few students about, as it is like, the last day of the quarter, and folks are generally heading out. But you certainly can go there, and you guys wanted to look for books on the manor?
Yeah, kind of on the manor in general, like any rumors about it, or ideally blueprints. But I mean, that's like
Sure.
that's like big ask.
I mean, yeah, anybody who wants to can make an investigation, history, any other kind of check you think that would make sense for looking among the stacks, trying to figure out information. There is that Minotaur who actually works here as like their after-school job. You could ask them maybe if you have some skill related to that. Yeah, anything you guys can think of.
I'll try
You
investigation.
guys specifically looking for a book that would have a detailed description and hopefully a picture of this golem of truth seeing.
Ah, nice.
Oh no. Stella rolled a natural one.
I do think that Candy is going to try the sweet talking approach with this Minotaur to see if, because he's in here all the time, so he must
Ooh.
know a lot of information.
True.
Do I know his name?
You might.
She actually spends a shocking amount of time in the Biblioplex because despite her love of cheating, she does have a deep love of knowledge. She just has a deeper love of cheating.
His name's a little bit hard to say for most. It's Drazomir.
Hey, Drozomir, how's it going tonight?
Oh, hello.
Hi.
You're here awful late.
Yeah, I know. Well, I got thinking about an idea recently, and I just can't kind of shake it. I've been thinking a lot about Captain Dapplewing's Manor, because it's like this whole historical site. And you know how I'm always in here getting books about history because I love history. And I was just trying to find out if there's any books about history that involves Captain Dapplewing's Manor and the history of it and possibly blueprints, that sort of thing. And you're so smart. You always know where that kind of stuff is.
Wait, you want books on Dapplewing's Manor, right? I don't think the blueprints are here, but I can find you some books about the manor.
Yes, whatever you've got, because, you're pretty much the genius of this place, so I trust you, to give me the best information.
Right. And his cheeks do turn red at that. Says, yeah, no, just this way. I think they're over here.
Okay.
So he'll help you look. How about the rest of you guys? Are you looking as well?
Yeah.
Okay. If you have a roll, we'll just go around. Does Vega have a roll yet?
19, I think, investigation to find the book she's looking for, or a book.
Nice. Yeah, you will find a description of Captain Dapplewing, a brief account of their time at Strixhaven University. It does cut off at their departure from the university, at their graduation, or rather his graduation. But you found kind of a description of their time here and kind of what they got up to while they were a student. How about?
And then
Go ahead.
as she flips through the book, does she find anything on this golem?
On the golem, you actually do not in Captain Dapplewing's time as a student. There's no mention whatsoever of Truthseer Golem there.
Ah, shoot. Oh well.
But you've learned something about Captain Dapplewing. How about Virgil?
Virgil got a 14 investigation.
Okay. So maybe you find some books that are adjacent to Captain Dapplewing. Maybe general stuff about the manor's use today.
Mm-hmm.
It's well known that it's a place where people who are kind of inter-college often meet and discuss things. It's also a place where students who are in trouble academically can go to meet with counselors to kind of help them get back on their feet, academically speaking. That's like a lesser known function of it. They actively monitor all the students at Strixhaven, and if a student is failing behind or falling behind, that's where they'll reach out proactively. Not a process you hear about unless you are one of those students who falls behind. That's something you've learned. How about Stella?
Stella started off really, focusing, scouring through the books. She opens a big one, gets closer and closer and closer to it to, just look at the words real close. Eventually, her cheek kind of just lands on the page, and she takes a nice long nap the rest of the time there.
Books are comfortable. They're very comfortable. These are big, old, books. The parchment's like thick, and it's that kind of parchment where it's got like some compression to it, so it actually makes a decent pillow. Definitely a good resting spot.
She drools on it just a little bit.
Ooh, oh, Jazomir would hate that. Good thing
Good
he's
thing
busy.
he can't see us right now.
Yeah, he's being pretty distracted at the moment.
Vega sitting down right next to Stella will, when she starts to see the drool, Stella will like pull out like a Dawn's light colored handkerchief out of her pocket and just like gently slip it like next to her cheek so the drool falls onto the hanky.
Nice. Nice. The Biblioplex appreciates it, I'm sure. How about Fireball?
Yeah, he's got he's kind of like flitting around. He can fly a little bit, so he can kind of get to the top books, and he's just trying to find anything that sounds like it might have anything to do with what we're doing. Like, but he just kind of starts looking at architecture. Like, he just gets kind of sidetracked in the stacks a little bit.
Okay. All right. There's a lot here. Yeah. Good.
Yeah. I have not rolled, but now I have, and it is a 12? 13.
13. Yeah, you'll find a lot of stuff about the manor. Specifically, you find one book that discusses the phenomenon where students are now incentivized to go and try to break into it. It discusses... So Urza of Teresiere was one of the only students... Not one of the only students. One of the few students in Strixhaven University's history who has received the Founders Award, which is an award given to students whose work at the university while they're students there attracts the attention of one of the founding dragons. It is not noted in the book you found which dragon founder Urza attracted the attention of, but that is a very distinguished award. Like, the number of students who have that award over the course of Strixhaven's thousands of years of history is single digit.
Ooh.
Wow.
So a very remarkable individual indeed. It also discusses the Truthseer Golem itself in some detail. Talks about how it caused a problem. It was sharing information about the faculty members they did not appreciate, and so they convened a meeting where it was deemed to be detrimental to Strixhaven's functioning and/or reputation, and was therefore confiscated and locked away. Urza, its creator, accepted this verdict, acknowledged that it was disruptive, but did modify the golem before it was stored away such that it would provide one truth to any student that recovered it from the manor, per student that recovers it, as kind of Urza's last little bit of mischievous revenge, which you'll find meshes with the other accounts of his time at Strixhaven. Coming together, you guys can share all the information. Drazomir also will pull together for you a full recounting of Captain Dapplewing's life, which he can share with you, which actually has a handout.
Oh yeah, and I didn't roll anything, but it didn't seem terribly
Well,
necessary.
you can't roll less than a 20 on persuasion. We're not going to worry
I really
exactly
can't.
about the specifics.
Yeah.
So.
College of Eloquence. It's broken in certain ways.
So I guess, did anybody want to read this for us?
I guess I can,
Yeah, go
since
for it.
she's the one that wanted the information.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Dapplewing was an ambitious student, earning dual membership in Lorehold and Silverquill College. After graduating, he distinguished himself as a military commander in the Orgyar invasions before returning to become a professor at Strixhaven. Campus life suited Captain Dapplewing. He had always had love for the arts and quieter aspects of life, and though a fearsome force in the battlefield, preferred to spend his days in quiet cultivation of the light within himself and his pupils. As a professor, Dapplewing was notably cosmopolitan, often crossing from campus to campus and subject to subject to explore and teach what he loved. Whether a Prismari course on musical composition, a Quandric specimen gathering expedition, or a Witherbloom potion brewing seminar. Fireball, huh? Captain Dapplewing often left the academic bounds of Lorehold and Silvercliff background. He encouraged others to do the same, and his favorite saying was, "Cooperation is the key to success." Oh, see, it's encouraging words right at the end there for us.
And you also find a picture of him, which isn't super relevant to anything, but just in case you're curious.
Ooh.
This is of his early days in the military.
That's more like Dapper Wing. Know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Looks good.
I really
Okay.
feel like you should be the bard sometimes. You have much better one-liners than I do.
I learned it from watching you.
That's nice of you to say.
Yeah.
Vega kind of wipes a bit of a tear from an eye at reading the account of Dapplewing and then looks at the group. Did any of these books talk about perhaps an entrance in plain sight to the manor?
No, maybe once we look at it, that will become clear. I don't know.
Find it
I mean,
ourselves, I guess.
It does say that it's in plain sight, so we should be able to see it.
Vega checks her wrist, realizes that's nothing, and then looks up at, I'm sure, one of many big clocks somewhere in the library. What is it about time?
It's about time. It's about 10:15, so you need to hurry if you're going to get there before or in time to make your incursion at 11.
Did we figure it out? Are we done?
Yeah, we already got everything. So
Great. Good job,
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, I
do you
got
want
the
to
gold.
do you want to talk to the golem?
Yeah. Where's it?
It was Fireball the whole time.
The
The
golem.
golem.
The golem's in you.
Whoa.
Colin with the friends we made along the way.
All right. So
Golem
as you guys
was the
head
second
over,
set of footprints.
as you guys head over to Captain
Colin
Dapplewing's
was
manor,
carrying us.
we will take our mid-session break here. We will resume in about 10 minutes. So don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back with the exciting heist at Captain Dapplewing's manor on Strixhaven campus. Talk to y'all in 10. Okay, we're back. Welcome back, folks, to Curriculum of Wonder. We are in the midst of our 7th episode. We are doing a heisty heist. We have finally arrived at the entrance to Captain Dapplewing's Manor, a building on campus that is locked in off hours and supposedly contains a great treasure of sorts, a Truthseer Golem that, if found, will tell our student heroes truths that they might wish to know. Also, it theoretically knows way too much about the faculty and their secrets, so who knows what that'll do. Anyway, the point is, here we are arriving at Captain Dapplewing's Manor. Let me read the description here. Right. So as you guys walk kind of out away from Central Campus, where all the bright lights of the streets are, you find this dark and subdued kind of low hill covered in a manicured lawn. It's tucked at the end of a leafy path. It's very quiet out here. And yeah, you see hedges outside, beautiful topiaries, a very ornate, tasteful building. It's 2 stories with a peaked roof, and there is a beautiful kind of balcony out front with chairs for sitting on in the kind of warm and pleasant evening air. It is quiet. There are lights on inside. They don't see or hear anybody moving around. And here you all are. Feel free to move your tokens about and explore.
Before we approach, I'm going to cast a spell. The spell is called Pass Without Trace.
Nice.
So we are all shrouded in shadow and quiet, and we have +10 stealth checks.
Sweet.
So this entrance is in plain sight. I mean, and Vega does like a slow, just kind of look around of the manor.
By the way, Marco, are we supposed to be on a map of the manor right now? On
Aha! I do roll 20 things. Look at me doing roll 20 things. Thank you, Kat.
Welcome.
Right, so
Here
out
we are.
front, there is a mahogany roof covering this large porch, which is bounded by a low rail and outfitted with fine wicker furniture. Above the double door, presumably the main entrance, hangs a sign done in fine calligraphy that reads, Captain Dapplewing's Manor.
I mean, do we just knock and ask the house to let us in?
That seems to be the most plain entrance.
Maybe we should look around a bit first, just before we do anything too noticeable.
You know, you're right. Yeah, let's do a once around.
Yeah, it's always been a dream of mine to sneak around a building. It's a very specific dream, and it's about to come true.
Kind of reminds me of my childhood, actually.
I'll see if. How many stories is it?
It's 2 stories with a peaked roof, so it could be an attic up there.
Okay. As we're sneaking about, I'd like to do it kind of at altitude to see if maybe I can see any window latches like undone.
You certainly can see there are if you like circumnavigate, you can move your token around it. There are balconies on the bottom floor. Balconies isn't the right word. They're like patios, right? There are outward-facing windows on the upper floors. They do not seem to have undone latches. They all seem to be pretty tightly buttoned.
Okay. All right. I will relay.
Oh yeah, there's other little patios in the back, other
Oh,
doors.
Are you making stealth checks, by the way?
You can be, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna make one.
We won't worry about it too
Vegas-
much right now because you do have that
Okay.
plus 10. So we're not gonna
Don't worry about it.
unless there's somebody who you don't have the ability to hide from. We're not gonna worry too much about stealth.
did anyone leave any stuff around this patio?
Yeah, let me just grab these patios for you as you are coming up on them. So these are small side decks here with little, circles of chairs around low fire pits. The fires aren't lit. Actually, they probably are lit. Yes, pleasant little fires, kind of burning magically. with a little bit of heat coming off of them, and chairs settled around them. There are cacti in pots over there that kind of sway gently in the wind. And then the middle one is a little bit bigger. It's kind of a spacious deck with a low railing. And there are two kind of larger plants that have these long fronds. Those plants look a little bit sickly. They don't look healthy.
Oh.
As we are walking around the back, if there are doors that lead out to the patios, Vega will just try to, gently turn the handle.
Okay. There are doors, and they're denoted by these white boxes here. And you can try the handle on one of them, and it does seem pretty securely locked.
Does it seem locked by any magical means, or does it just seem like a mundane, there's a lock on this door?
It seems relatively mundane, we'll say.
I mean, is the door a solid piece of wood, or can Vega is there perhaps a glass pane where Vega can
Right.
see to the other side?
These are
of that
fully
door?
glass panes, and you can see inside. The rooms inside aren't very well lit. Let me make sure. Yes, the room inside is dark. What you can see inside, perhaps in the light kind of filtering through from the glass window, is... So from each of those doors there, from one you're standing at, you can see a suit of armor kind of standing in a room. From the walls, it looks like it's some kind of like a trophy room or something. There's there's paintings, there's glass cases, there's kind of some curiosities in there.
Do you think perhaps y'all come take a look? Do you think maybe this might be one of those paintings we're supposed to look at?
Would it be?
Are there
Two parts.
are there two paintings? Oh no, it's just as the paintings hold two parts of the whole.
Hmm.
I mean, if there are paintings there, I know we can't just smash through the windows, so.
I have an idea. If y'all think this is as good a place as any for us to enter.
I think it's probably better than the front door.
And
no. Yeah.
when Virgil says that, Vega's body will dissipate
Whoa.
in a puff of warm orange and purple smoke. And if I'm reading the way this spell works correctly, will reappear on the other side of the glass door. Vega has cast Misty Step.
Yeah, and so you will. Let me drop you in there.
Cool.
And Vega kind of looks at herself as her body rematerializes and then kind of almost brushes off some of that smoke and just is grinning from ear to ear as she reaches for maybe the deadbolt and tries to just open this door from the inside.
Yeah, no problem at all. You can do that. Let me go ahead and get rid of that door for you so y'all can see in and move inside.
Does Vega's smoke smell like anything? It's
It
orange.
smells warm, and it smells like a bit of a crackling fire and kind of like old books.
Ooh.
So the room you found yourself in, there are cabinets full of curiosities lining the north wall of this room. Those are these cabinets here. The strange items on display here include a stuffed pheasant, a sextant dressed as a doll, it's a navigational tool, and a plaque with insects mounted on it, an ornate miniature saber letter opener, a potted orchid with rainbow-colored blooms, and a tiara studded with diamonds. There also are a pair of large, imposing suits of armor here. There's double doors to the south and a door each to the west and east.
Do you think they'll try to fight us if we take anything?
Probably.
I mean,
we
I
should
hate
take
to,
that tiara.
I mean, I hate to discourage anybody from stealing anything. So if you want to take it, go ahead and take it.
Oh, I don't actually want to take anything. I just want to fight the suits of armor if I can. It's probably a bad idea. We're not supposed to injure the house.
Yes, let's try not to purposely get into fights. But I highly encourage you to steal things.
Let's not steal anything, but except for the statue.
But I mean, the whole job is to steal something. So.
On the bookshelf with all the knickknacks, is there any empty space on it, or they seem like everything is in place?
There isn't any empty space on it. Everything is well in place. I will say that as you take a closer look at it, you will see that the plaque with insects mounted on it. All of the insects are wearing miniature top hats, like little tiny top hats.
This place is really, really strange.
Are
This
there
is only the foyer.
are there any like some synapses fire? Are there any like glyphs around?
You don't see any in this room.
Okay.
The exam was foreshadowing. I'm gonna close the door behind us.
Probably good thing.
Where to next?
Right, which door next? I opened the last one, so
This one here. I'm standing right next to it.
All right. That one opens, revealing a small kitchen.
Yes, score.
oh, perhaps tea?
Ooh, I will rummage for tea.
Oh yeah, we're supposed to take time for tea.
You don't find any tea in here. There's plenty of silverware, dishes. Silverware is made of actual silver. Dishes are very fancy and have the Captain Dapplewing emblem. It's like a crest on them. There are ceremonial sabers mounted on the walls. There's another door to the west and south.
Well, I don't want to make the tea. What about this door?
Yeah, heading to the south. That door opens, revealing a large open area. Let me describe it to you before you move in.
Oh, there's one in there.
You can see a piano here with sheet music on the stand. There's a beautiful statue over here, and yeah, there is a automaton moving in the open space. It looks rather imposing. Not pictured. It is wearing a butler outfit, complete with tuxedo, suit, tie, or bow tie, rather. But it does look like that underneath the suit.
Do you think maybe that's the Earl?
The handout says.
Oh,
On a barely metagaming level, yes, it's the
oh man. I swear I didn't read that before I said that.
Indeed.
Vega's too busy touching the swords on the wall to register this person.
Sure.
Piano is supposed to have an old keepsake in it.
Yeah. Also, it's a piano, and maybe once the Earl moves on, we can check out the piano. Farble, vibe check. I should not play the piano, right?
No.
Because that would be loud.
Yes.
Very stealthy.
Yeah, I think it's a really bad idea to make noise right now.
What if that noise was coming from somewhere else? Perhaps maybe we find another room, make a noise in there. The Earl goes, checks
That's
that
a
out,
good
and
idea.
goes.
Yes,
taking
Diversion.
I'll make a distraction. I'm very good at this. So she is going to kind of go to the door herself at this point to kind of look in. And when he kind of like moves back a little bit again, she's going to stick her head in to try to see further into the room.
Sure.
Without being noticed.
Yep, no worries. Yeah, so there's a crackling fireplace on the far side. There's a large table with place settings neatly laid out. This is probably the front door here. There are a number of statues on either side of the front door. They look like all sorts of Strixhaven-y folks. You see, like, Lorehold, Silverquill, Witherbloom, Prismari, Quandrix iconography on their outfits. And it looks like the room extends, around these walls as well.
Great. And she can see there's a door over here.
Yep.
All right. So she's going to back up and going to go back into this room for a little bit. She holds up her finger like I'm totally smart and know what I'm doing. And just get close enough so that she can do a minor illusion kind of to sound like it's coming out of that room of something crashing.
Okay.
So that maybe that'll cause the Earl to go investigate it.
Yeah, you could like open that door. I think you need line of effect to the place you want to put
Oh,
the thing.
okay, no problem. Yeah, she'll open the door then first.
Cool. You can open the door, and then inside is another similar kitchen. This one has more like appetizer stuff and snacks than it has like actual food prep. More like where you'd prepare like a plate of cheese and crackers than a full meal.
Gotcha. Important question: is there tea?
There is not tea here.
So she is gonna use minor illusion to make the sound of something crashing in the kitchen.
All right.
She winks back at the other group.
Yeah. You'll hear from the main room, and all of you will hear this. The Earl detects a disturbance, and the Earl begins to move in that direction.
Okay, and she will shut this door.
All
But
right.
okay, I don't think we got a lot of time. Let's check out the piano.
Okay, okay.
I guess she'll go to the piano.
Second, the Earl isn't quite out yet, but he is now.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. So yeah, you can check out the piano. The piano is a beautiful specimen of a piano. Upright piano flanked by cushioned benches. It seems very ornate, like it's a fancy piano with all sorts of engravings. Also, there is sheet music on it. It's titled Until We Return, and it seems to be a military march to your musical mind.
She's just gonna look in the piano really quickly to see if there's a keepsake hidden inside of it, but otherwise, this military march might be what we're looking for.
The piano does not open. It seems locked,
Ah.
Ooh.
Oh,
which is unusual
Oh,
for
there
pianos.
was-
Usually you can open them to like let the sound out, you know?
Yeah, very unusual.
I think maybe this piano opens if I play this march. The Earl's going to come back though. Does anybody know how to do the silence?
So, well, actually, does it look like there's a keyhole on the lock?
You don't find a lock. It just feels locked.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh,
Can I
I was gonna
feel
say
a,
if there's like a thing I could have tried a little something something, but there isn't.
Can I investigate to see if there's like a little hidden button or something like that somewhere?
Yeah, you can give the piano a quick once over. You don't need to roll it or anything. You don't
Okay.
find any sort of unusual aspects to the piano. It seems like a pretty normal piano, except that the top is locked, and you don't find a lock for it.
Vega is kind of, I think, standing next to Candy, also interested in that piece of sheet music, and will start humming softly the music that's been written out on that sheet.
Okay. Humming softly. Yeah, it's a very, very kind of rhythmic, driving march, and it makes you almost think about your training days, perhaps.
But it doesn't cause the piano to open, does it? Does anybody have any way of generating silence? It is totally opposed to everything about me to create silence.
No idea.
Okay,
But
maybe if somebody... Yeah, go ahead.
maybe you just need to press the keys. You don't need to make the music. So if you press them very softly, and it doesn't make much noise.
I can try it. So I guess Marco, she's gonna try to play this on the piano, but not making noise, just indenting just enough to like maybe trigger whatever it is. But
Okay. Yeah, so as you sit down, you do see the keys that represent the first note in the sheet music light up, magically glowing.
ooh.
oh,
And you wanted to play it silently.
as softly as she can.
Sure. Give us a sleight of hand check.
Stella's
Okay.
gonna pat her on the back and guide her gently with a good back rub.
Sounds good. And I believe sleight of hand is also something she has a student die in due to her extracurriculars. Yes, it is. So I've got a few things. Okay, but sleight of hand check. It's a really good sleight of hand check. And I'll add an extra d4. So I'm at a 23.
You sure you want to spend the student die?
Oh no,
No,
that
there's
was
guidance.
the guidance.
Oh,
Yeah.
the guidance. Cool, great. 23. Yes, you play it extremely softly. The piano does make sound, but it's very, very quiet. And the keys do light up to indicate the next note. So it's a very easy playing experience, even if you've never played this music before. So, of course, you are an experienced musician and can sight read, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The march does have a very powerful rhythm to it, and many of you will find yourselves kind of moving in time to the march. partway through it, the door does open, and the Earl walks back in. But the Earl is marching and singing along with the music.
Oh.
I mean, if he's just digging it, then she just starts playing the piano.
Yeah, if you start playing louder, the music kind of reverberates through the manor. It's a beautiful march, and probably well played by Candy. We don't need a performance check, but I'm assuming you're pretty good at that.
She's got a +10.
Awesome. Yeah, and the Earl is kind of marching in place and humming along in what is very close to what you'd expect an old soldier familiar with the tune to be doing. As you conclude the tune, the piano does open up, and the Earl continues to march in place humming to himself.
Oh.
Somebody else should probably look in the piano. I'm going to keep distracting the Earl.
Don't stop playing it.
I'm going to keep playing it, so somebody else look in there.
I'd like to flit around the Earl just to like investigate the automaton.
Okay. Inside the piano, whoever was looking in the piano, there is an old battered silver harmonica with the silver quill emblem stamped on it. It's clearly very old and been around. As far as the Earl's concerned, he's a very complex automaton. You certainly can't figure out any of his mechanisms. He seems quite combat capable. He also has tools like at his belt for cleaning.
I will pull out the harmonica and give it to Vega, since it has the silver quill on it.
Do you think the quill must sing to leave safely? This might have something to do with whatever that is.
That's
They-
true.
Does the harmonica have any music inscribed on it, or is it just that silver quill logo?
It's just got the silver quill logo on it.
Do you know how to play harmonica?
No, but
Oh, okay, I do.
It's
I mean, I'm
Sorry,
assuming
though.
it's one of the ones that if you have a proficiency in wind instruments, you can play it, because
Sure.
there's no harmonica proficiency. in this game.
Harmonica is not a difficult instrument to play.
No.
yeah. Vega's kind of twirling it around in her hands and seems to kind of enjoy the weight of it. It's not so dissimilar from spinning a dagger. And wants to just kind of give it a blow for fun, kind of testing out this instrument. She's never used a harmonica before.
Yeah, to a trained ear, it sounds a little bit off key, like it's seen better days, but it is a beautiful sound.
Good. Not quite my tempo, but not bad enough that I'm going to throw a chair at you.
Take some practice.
You know, everything looks dangerous in your hands. That's really cool.
Thank
Just
you.
take a step back from the twirling.
It's true. I've never seen somebody who could have made an intimidation with a harmonica, but it seemed like you could. Yeah.
So, I see a couple things that are catching my eye. There's like this orange circle over here, and like I don't know.
There's a bunch of plants everywhere.
We saw a painting at some point, right? Like, there's no. Is there a second floor to this place at all?
There is. We haven't found a way up yet.
Yeah.
Is it are these stairs?
Those are like a couple of stairs lead down to the foyer. They are not stairs up a level.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the building definitely has a second story.
What's this orange thing?
That's a
Yeah, I was
fireplace.
curious.
Oh.
Oh, fireplace. Okay.
It is only that color because I wanted to have a fireplace representation. It is not necessarily important.
What about this blue star thing?
Right, so the blue star thing is a symbol inscribed on the ground. You actually are familiar with these. They are typically placed alongside stairwells and other kind of traversal methods to allow anybody who knows the building and has access to it to move between floors without using stairs.
Oh,
Oh.
cool. Okay, well this is the way up then.
Did people find the way up? I'm gonna stop playing the piano now if you found the way up.
Yeah, it's over here.
Also, there's a room over here. Let me grab that for you because you can see it. That one is... It's a cozy drawing room that holds bookcases as well as a number of easels folded and tucked in beside them. In the northeast corner, an easel holds a watercolor painting of an inkling riding a centaur spirit statue into battle. Another easel nearby bears a blank sheet with watercolors set out in front of it.
Okay, so there's two mascots in that one. So we need to put the other two in this one. We need we need a pest, and we need a fractal.
Can I draw the fractal? I've been practicing. Gonna.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll summon the pest. You can also then just like trace around it.
Do you want to make like a? Do you have painter's proficiency? Or
I have
calligrapher's?
cartographer's tools, so I'm good at drawing shapes.
Sure, we'll allow that. Absolutely, with advantage because Farble has given you a pest to model for you.
Oh. With proficiency, is that Dex?
Yeah, sure. For this, we'll call it Dex, definitely.
Oh no.
With
Oh no,
advantage.
it's advantage. Yes. Oh no.
Okay. An 11. It is a very awkward watercolor painting. And you depicted, what was the subject again?
It was a pest
And a fractal.
and a fractal, but it's hard to tell because they're kind of stick figures.
Are they just side by side? Like, what's the painting like? Describe it to us.
Oh yeah, so I made the pest riding like a pig and waving a flag, because it seems to be they have to hold something and ride something like valiantly. And then the other one is a fractal being ridden by like what appears to be like a really crooked stick figure with like one arm bigger than the other, holding like a pitchfork.
Okay, and these figures, are they pointed at each other, away from each other, in the same direction? What's the relationship? What's the composition? Describe, like, give me the meaning of your picture.
Oh no! Wait, so the other two paintings that already exist, what are they? Are they facing each other?
There's only one. One painting depicts a spirit statue, which is the Lorehold mascot. Kind of stony bits of statues brought together and joined by a spirit that inhabits those stones. It's a centaur spirit statue being ridden by an inkling into battle.
Oh wait, we don't have a Prismari thing. We need to do a Prismari thing too.
What's the Prismari mascot?
It's like an animal that's made of fire and ice and energy.
Okay, I took up too much space, and there's like I'm gonna cram it into the corner.
I'm still playing the piano. Is there a way I can help with whatever it is everybody's doing?
I think you might be. Why don't you might be able to stop playing.
Okay. She stops playing and kind of scoots away cautiously.
Yeah, you'll see the Earl kind of march in place for a few seconds and then stop, and then kind of powers down, his head kind of leaning down on his chest, and said, "The Earl is out of commission for 10 minutes."
Okay, the Earl's out of commission for 10 minutes, you guys. What are you doing?
Can you fix this art?
Oh,
It looks, yeah.
okay. I don't make art like that. I weave things. But maybe I could inspire you to do better.
It's like, come on, you can do it. It's like hand music.
Yeah, I believe so much in you and what you've already created here. I think with just a little bit more work, you could make something much better than you already have. Not that what you have isn't very good already.
So do you want to inspire Stella?
I'm trying to inspire her body.
Go ahead and add that bardic inspiration if you want to. Second roll there, Stella.
Let's see. 1d.
It's
D6?
a D8.
Oh, 8.
Yeah, level 5.
Oh, that's way better.
Nice.
So you've done a great job depicting these things. Tell me again, real quick, what are the figures doing?
They are going to fight something together
Great.
valiantly.
Great. As you finish your depiction with Candy's advice in your ears, kind of guiding your hand, making you bring these figures to life, you hear a high-pitched squeak and a low rumbling. And from the other easel where the centaur and the inkling are, those two figures kind of begin to swell up and emerge from the watercolor painting. The centaur kind of is not nearly life-sized. It's rather small and it floats in the air just like the inkling does. And they will approach Stella, and the inkling makes happy little squeaky noises, and the centaur makes appropriate whinnying noises, like a low voice. They seem to be following you around.
Oh,
Cool.
Well, I'll float with them.
This probably means something. Okay,
what do
he's
we do
powered
with
down.
them?
I don't know, but the Earl's powered down. I'm gonna just run really quickly to the other side and just see like if there's anything over there that's important, and I'll be right back.
And this
so-
is a stairway door. It says stairs on it. There you go.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
cool. I just know there's like something over here too. So she was just gonna check that real quick.
Candy runs to the other side. Anybody who wants to go there as well can. That room has a description as well. This salon features a comfortable sitting area and rows of portraits hung on the walls. There are 5 from left to right. They depict individuals who are clearly from Lorehold, Prismari, Quandrix, Silverquill, and Witherbloom.
I don't know if this has to do with the paintings hide 2 parts of a whole, but maybe.
Are there,
Probably not.
is there something hidden there?
But are these the only paintings around? There, you said there were a ton.
There were other paintings, I think.
This room would have had tapestries, not paintings. The one you guys
Tap-
have.
okay.
Oh, tapestries. Okay.
Can I
Oh, these don't have
use-
anything to do with any of the projections. We should go upstairs now.
Can I use insight or investigation or something like that to see if there's any like hidden patterns or anything?
You can look at the paintings. They all seem to be portraits. You don't notice anything off about them. They all hang off the wall a little bit. They're very large framed pictures done with oils on canvas.
I'll peek behind them.
Which one?
Well, the Witherbloom one, of course.
As you peek behind that one, and maybe you don't see anything behind it, your head comes back in front. You see the person in the portrait frowning at you. They gesture, the paint moving, and I need a strength check from you.
Silent Guardians.
Oh, that was good.
Nice. You feel this incredible force push you backwards, but you manage to stand your ground, and the painting goes back to being inanimate.
That was rude. Should we
You
check
do-
the others?
I don't know. If you do it carefully.
I mean, it says the paintings hide 2 parts of a whole, right? If it's these paintings, I guess we should check them. It looked like it was kind of grabbing at you, though. Is anybody strong? Looking
Perhaps
straight at
maybe-
Vega.
Like it just kind of like reactively flexes. So Captain Dapplewing was from Lowhold and Silverquill. So
Fine.
Vega will go and look at, of course, first the Silverquill and kind of take a look behind it.
Yeah, hanging from a nail behind the Silverquill portrait is a half locket on a chain.
Good call. All right. And Vega will grab the locket and just immediately pass it back to whoever takes it out of her hand. And then she'll go to peek behind the Lorehold painting as well.
That one also has a half locket. They're both like semicircular bases with the corresponding college symbol on them in silver, and they do seem to like connect together if you put them that way.
What happens when you connect them?
We don't know yet. We should try.
Okay.
Farbles has them, and he has put them together. I just saw him do this.
Oh, he puts them together. They seem to connect, and now seem like they're together. They're stuck.
Okay.
We're doing really well, everybody. I'm trying to not accidentally inspire, but we're doing really well.
What does it look like when they're stuck together?
It looks like the
Does it make it
Lorehold
in-
and Silverquill symbols next to each other, equally spaced.
Okay, we
Maybe
did-
that'll become useful later.
Interesting.
But there doesn't seem to be anything else of significance on this floor, right? I'm just meta gaming here,
That
but
we've seen, I think.
okay, maybe we should move up to the next floor.
We still haven't found the tea yet, so. Yeah.
Seems like these things are almost going in order. We sort of bypassed a couple of them, but
Up the stairs.
Is there another staircase? Oh, that answers my question. Yes.
If you guys would like to go up the stairs, let me go ahead and grab your tokens, and I will copy you to the upper level. No, don't move. Don't move. You will exist in both levels simultaneously, but you'll remember that you are on level 2. I think this is the... Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I don't know if those are the Silent Guardians or not, but definitely, and we don't know for sure about the harmonica being the quill, but probably maybe. So we still have the web-winged birds, and there's the tea. We have to make time for it whenever we find it.
Oh, yeah.
Silent
I don't know if
Guardians.
we've actually run into the Silent Guardians yet, because I think that was just the paintings hide two parts of the whole.
Right. Yes.
I'm trying to get an idea of what this hallway looks like. Why can't I select my token? There's a bunch of doors.
There are a bunch of doors down the hallway. There's also a kind of a central pillar here made of stone.
Oh, this is incredible. Vega will just walk a bit down the hall and open up the one in front of
Wait,
her.
wait. Before, why does my character
Okay.
keep moving to weird places? Before we open any of them, this might be about the Silent Guardian guard. Watch all but one. It could be all but one of these doors. You've opened it.
This door opens, revealing a very large study. There are some very comfy looking chairs, kind of like a lounge area, you might say. This low stand next to the chairs has a book open on it. Seems like a very, very ornate tome. And then to the far side, you see like a very strange sight. There are these small, leathery looking, almost bat like figures that are frozen in place in the air. You don't see like any kind of hangers or that kind of thing. Like it looks like almost like a mobile, except you don't see anything hanging them. They're stuck in the air.
So Vega's gonna very quietly do this and then look to the group and motion for folks to come. And then she'll kind of step out of the way a bit, but point at the web-winged birds and like do that a little bit and then like know they're bad and then point at the open book.
I'm gonna. Here, okay. I'll try to, like, slowly kind of flit over to the book. See if I can grab it.
Okay.
Pass
go.
without trace is still up,
Yeah.
right?
Would you
Yeah,
describe
last
yourself as
Alex.
being stealthy?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, then roll some stealth.
It's rolling.
28 is pretty
28.
good. Yeah, moving very, very quietly and quickly across the room. You get to the tome on the stand there. It looks like a very, very old leather-bound tome. And you can read the spine from here. It says Captain Dapplewing's journal.
Ooh.
Okay. Can I lift it?
I don't know, can you? I mean, yes.
I would
yes.
like to.
It's not stuck. You can.
Okay.
You can lift it.
All right. I'll try to get out of the room with the book.
Yeah, you're able to.
Whoop, whoop. Found a book.
Woo.
It's about the captain.
I'll look through
And
it
as he
really
leaves, Vega will just close the door behind him.
quick. I'll speed read it. I'm very good at investigation.
Take it.
All right. She's gonna investigate this book for relevant clues, Marco.
She does not find any relevant clues except insofar as it details Captain Dapplewing's life.
This just seems to be a book about his life. If there's like great ciphers in it, it's going to take a bit more time to decipher.
Let's look at that more later then.
Where'd you next?
All right, someone pick the next door.
Oh, there is a plaque on this wall.
What is
Kind of odd and out of place. It reads, "Present the 7 treasures of a life well lived, and enter you may."
Oh, 7 treasures. Wait, should we be whispering? I don't know. What are the 7 treasures? Let's open more doors, bro.
Oh.
Did when Candy looked in the book, did she? Were there any like specific? Oh, I treasured this thing, and I also treasured this thing.
There weren't any kind of obvious callouts like that. It kind of detailed his whole life.
Okay, cool.
But I think this is probably one of the 7 treasures, and probably the others are hidden. So let's find them.
Real quick, we've got a raiding party going on. Hey everybody, welcome to Curriculum of Wonder. We are playing through Strixhaven, homebrewed setting. We are currently in the middle of a heist in Captain Dapplewing's Manor, a building on campus that is a storage area for lots of old relics. We're currently after hours. The staff that would normally be here to safeguard this stuff isn't. And we're puzzling through some very cryptic divination clues the party managed to acquire as to how to get through this place. We're after a truth seer golem, an automaton that theoretically will tell folks any truth they ask about if they're able to find it. So, yeah. Anyway, sorry. Back to what you guys are doing.
I opened the last door. Someone open the next one.
All right, I'm standing next to this one. I'll open it.
Okay. Yeah, that door opens, revealing an office. An office. There we go. It looks like a standard kind of desk arrangement. Plenty of papers strewn about, and quills. Or sorry, fountain pens on the table. Some storage cabinets.
Well, I don't see any weird birds in here, so perhaps it's safe.
Yeah, do you want to search through the storage cabinet, see if we find anything?
Sure, I'll look at the items on the desk and see if any of them look significant.
The items on the desk seem pretty plain. The signature is. You don't find any signatures, but one of the drawers is slightly open, or slightly
Ooh,
ajar,
I'll
I
peek
guess.
in there. Yeah.
Yeah, that one has a number of folders, fine folders. One of them is labeled for that room, Xanther Bowen.
Is it his
Mhm.
personal file?
We need to learn everything about that Helianthus.
Okay. I'll take it.
You have it?
Well, no, I'll peek in it first.
Okay. It has a series of reports from a counselor about Xanther. The topmost one contains the following passage. It reads, Xanther Bowen, a charming student beloved by all, Xanther struggles with focus. While he is talented and fully capable, his projects seem to end short of completion, and his instructors find difficulty in awarding him even passing grades.
Aw.
At his current rate, Xanther is likely to enter academic probation in his 5th quarter at Strixhaven. Student counseling and tutoring recommended.
We need to invite him to our next study session.
Helianthus does have the best notes. She'd be a good study partner for him.
I think so. All right.
All right. I'll put it back then.
Where to next?
I'm in front of a door.
Yeah, for
We
sure.
open it.
Pop that one
I
open.
test the door.
That one opens to reveal, if I can change it. These are so similar. Yes, okay. Excellent.
Dirty.
That one has day beds piled high with pillows standing in corners of the spacious, comfortable looking room. Seems like a reflection room, a nap room, kind of a place you'd go for rest and relaxation.
Like a yoga room. Okay, perfect. Anything of note on any of the tables or
Lots of pillows.
under the
Anything-
pillow?
Yeah. The cushions.
If you kind of check around, you will find tucked under one of the mattresses is a small, beautiful gem with a light deep inside it.
Ooh,
Fancy.
very tempting to just pocket that, but it feels, given everyone reading out clues and stuff, it feels like maybe this is one of the items. So I'll hand it over to, I think Candy's collecting all of
Yeah,
these.
I've got the book already, you know. Okay,
I got one of these things.
so maybe this is 2 treasures. By the way, Marco, was there anything significant in the storage back in that room or no?
Nope.
Okay, great. Candy's is gonna pop open this door.
Sure. Let me do the 2-step process to open up that door for you. It will reveal another kind of office similar to the one to its right.
Okay. Just a quick investigation to see if there's anything in here, but I'm interpreting these offices are just offices.
There's a folder with a report. The report is for a student named Bedum Rampart Suvij.
Rampart? That's a
Rampart?
friend of mine.
Oh, do you want to read about them? You can.
I'll take a look.
Yeah, sure.
Um,
I don't want to look at my own folder
reads-
because, you know, spoilers.
It reads, Bedum Rampart Suvij, an exceptional historian and athlete, Rampart excels in all manner of coursework. However, their abrupt manner and lack of interest in anything not related to history or competition has earned them few friends on campus. Recommendation: encouragement to engage in activities outside their comfort zone, cultivate friendships with similar-minded students.
These seem like good advice for making friends with these people.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Vega has wandered into a third office,
Yep.
which very similar to the other two. The only thing you find in there of note is a folder for that one labeled Lorene Arneza.
Vega shrugs and puts it back. This isn't someone that she knows, so she kind of rummages a bit through the professor's desk for anything that looks like a treasure, and then pieces out.
Mm-hmm.
Is there also a door back here, Marco?
There is, yes.
Yeah.
That one will open to reveal what is clearly a storage area of some kind.
All right, she's gonna investigate the storage area to see if she can find one of these treasures or not.
Okay. I don't think you find any treasures in there. Boxes and filing cabinets have been crammed into this area, filled with old written records and outdated research.
Okay, that room's boring. We should catch it on fire.
That may not be helpful.
We can't hurt the house.
Oh, right.
Did Stella want to open a door?
Yeah, this one right here.
All right. That one also reveals
They're in an office.
an office.
Tell me it's an
Shockingly, I
office.
know. I'm shocked too. We all should be shocked.
I'm excited. What's the hot goss on our friends here?
It's a good question. The folder in there, because you do just find a folder, really. I mean, there's all kinds of like faculty supplies and such. There's lesson plans. The only thing that holds any interest to you, perhaps, is a folder labeled Mina Lee.
Definitely
Oh.
leaf through it really fast.
Okay. It reads, Mina Lee, an exemplary student in every way. Studious, well-liked, and conscientious, she aces every exam. Many of her professors complain that she seems to know the course material at least as well as they do. Her only failing, if it is one, is that she seems utterly unmotivated to pursue additional achievement. She'd be well within her range to double or even triple major, but she asserts she is happy where she is. Recommendation, offer additional chances to achieve an additional course load as requested. Monitor for signs of boredom.
She's everything I thought she would be and more.
Monitoring us for signs of boredom? I wonder if they monitored me for signs of boredom. She opens this door. If my clicker's working. I'm freezing up a lot in the Roll20.
Oh. That door? I don't know. That might be next to the birds.
That
The
does lead
birds.
back to the bird room, which you've seen before.
Oh, okay. That's just the same room. Never mind.
Yeah.
She closes it.
Okay. There's one more door where Vega is. Did you want to open that one as well?
Yep.
Okay. Let me delete that. That is a much larger office, and there's a couple of features in here that are different from the other ones. This large office serves as both parlor and study. It's got like a sitting area along with a desk. Antique furnishings line the walls, along with the sculpted heads of several magic creatures. A desk bears scattered sheets of parchment and an ornate rainbow-plumed quill. Also, on the wall behind the desk is a plaque that bears 3 dragon heads created out of like a very shiny metallic clay. They are red, white, and black heads, and they look very menacing.
So you might be the quill that needs to sing. Everyone come take a look at this. This I've found an interesting room.
And
Okay.
here is
And-
a picture of the quill in case we forgot what it looked like for some reason. We've seen this before, actually.
This
Was it in-
was
Oh yeah, our class where we were trying to figure out what the
This
different
isn't the
like kinds of
class.
magic were in it.
That's
in
right.
The items.
It's the very
Yeah.
same quill.
So what does it do?
Oh, I think it has to sing. Vega will flip the harmonica in her hand, and she's been kind of playing it a little bit here and there, and is kind of learning how to play a single note instead of just kind of blow haphazardly. And she'll just kind of blow kind of 3 notes that sound somewhat pleasing to each other to see if it creates any reaction from the quill.
Sure. Yeah, you blow 3 of the notes. You do a decent job of trying to like create something that's pleasing, and it is. I mean, the harmonica itself sounds beautiful, if a little bit off. It's very pleasing. It doesn't affect the quill or anything else in the room noticeably.
You want me to try?
I don't know if it's the harmonica. I think it might be. I think maybe we need to try something else with the quill.
Okay. I'm pretty good at playing a harmonica.
if you take a look at the quill and the parchments around it, it seems like the parchments on the desk are actually sheet music that's been in the process of being written.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
I mean, if you don't want me to play the harmonica, I've got several other things that I can play with. I have an accordion and
No, it's fine. Go ahead, take it.
she prestidigitates it really quickly. Sorry, this is you don't want to blow into a harmonica somebody else has been blowing into without prestidigitation. And she'll try to play the sheet music using the harmonica.
You're able to play it just fine. Oh,
Quill does.
That's great.
I forgot. Someone took the quill,
Oh,
right? One of you grabbed the quill.
I don't think so.
none of us took it.
Oh, my bad. I must have misunderstood. Okay, cool. So you're playing the sheet music that the quill is like near.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. It's a very, very beautiful tune. It's not a military march. It's like something you might sing to yourself while trekking over mountains. It's more of like a whimsical adventure song than a march.
is there any reaction from the dragon heads to this music?
As you're watching the dragon heads, they do seem to be watching you. You can see them kind of almost imperceptibly move slightly, especially as you approach the desk.
Silent Watcher, Silent Guardian.
Silent Guardians watch all but one. So if I, like, you know, kind of sway in front of them, does one of them not watch?
They're all moving.
They're all watching?
Are their eyes following all of us?
Yes.
Really quickly, did the plume do anything
Nope.
when? All right, she looks at the plume and looks at the sheet music, takes up the plume, and just tries to finish the composition.
Right.
Ooh.
As you grasp the plume, the heads all kind of look at Candy, and it's very obvious. None of them do anything. Are you trying to finish the sheet music?
Yeah,
Give us a performance check. It could be charisma or intelligence or anything else you think makes sense.
I'm sure. I'll just roll performance, and I think that I've got a student die for performance if I need to use it, and I do.
Awesome.
Okay. So far that's a 19.
Are you happy with that?
No, I'm gonna pump a D4 into it. I want to get it over a 20. So that is a 22.
Wonderful. So this quill almost seems to write all by itself. All you have to do is guide it. Your thoughts and your ideas kind of just flowing from your hand through the quill onto the paper in beautiful strokes of ink. The sheet music
Nice.
is done before you even know it. Just like the last couple of lines kind of almost writing themselves as you played this music already, so you kind of have a good sense for it. As you finish, the quill kind of shines brightly in a multicolored cascade of light. And the heads on the wall are suddenly still.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Alright,
sorry.
ransack the place.
She prestidigitates the harmonica and hands it back to Vega. Thank you.
Thanks.
I appreciate you letting me borrow it.
how many treasures do we have? Did we find them all?
We
Let's see.
have a locket, a harmonica, the tome, the beautiful gem, and perhaps the rainbow plume quill. So that's 5, I believe.
I got 2 things out of the paintings. Do they count as 1 or 2?
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah.
right.
I got the centaur and an inkling.
Why don't we count it as 1? Because I think there's still more rooms to open.
Okay.
We should just. Oh, see, the quill must sing to leave safely. Which we just did that, and now we can leave safe. I wonder what the heads would have done. We should check if there's anything else in here, though.
Yeah, well, the dragons aren't looking.
A quick look in here. You do find some very very fine silver tankard in a shelf. You find some beautiful parchment and like writing supplies. You find a small clockwork hummingbird that likely would do something if you wound the key. You don't find anything else of interest, perhaps.
Does the tankard look like it might have sentimental value? Like, does it have engravings on it or anything?
It does. It has Dapplewing's personal crest on it.
Well, that could be a treasured thing, maybe.
Of course, the silverware and ceramics downstairs also had that, so
Oh, well, then
it may or may
maybe.
not be an indication.
Right. Okay.
We need to find tea.
I mean, I think
Oh,
the plume
tea.
is, the plume is definitely one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, is there tea in here?
No.
No, not yet.
Oh. Okay.
Where to
I guess-
next?
I'll quickly wind the key on the.
Oh, If you wind it, and you let it go, it will buzz to life. Its little wings flapping at incredible speeds, and it will kind of levitate, and then turn slowly to face you.
Whoa, cool. Hey there, friend.
It doesn't react to that, just kind of hovering in the air in front of you.
Okay, cool. I start walking away.
If you have a truth you want to ask it, maybe this is it. I don't know what the golem actually looks like. It could be this.
It follows for a couple paces, and then its wings slow, and it falls out of the air.
I'll try to catch it, just so it doesn't
no
break.
problem. You can catch it.
I'll put it back on the desk or wherever it was.
Yeah, it's probably not the golem. Okay.
There's another door in the hallway.
That one opens to reveal another storage area. This one seems to have like student belongings, like things from faraway places, maybe formal wear, stuff that you might store away while you're at school.
Do I recognize any names in here? Like on like
You do recognize some names of some classmates here and there, though mostly they're probably upperclassmen.
Huh. It's like a bunch of laundry in here. Not interesting.
And what does this door open to?
That one reveals a similar sitting room to the last place, though it is different. Several delicate tea sets are arranged on the floor in this room, alongside beautifully woven kneeling rugs and cabinets against the walls. A vertical scroll against the back wall depicts an Owlin man performing a complex set of ritualistic motions over a teapot.
Tea. Ritualistic
I mean-
motions.
Number one, Owlin. I mean, I'm good at performing, but I really feel like we should let the Owlin do it, and I should inspire you because you are a very attractive bird person, and I believe that you are the right one to do this.
You think I could be a dapper wing? Hee hee.
Yeah, I think you
Yeah.
could be a very dapper wing.
Oh, you're making me blush. Okay, sit down, everyone. I'll make tea for y'all.
Okay, and you have bardic inspiration.
Oh, thanks. Snack time is
Welcome.
totally my jam.
This will require two skill checks
Okay.
of your choice of acrobatics, sleight of hand, performance, or insight, as you attempt to mirror the figure's motions and also carry out those motions with grace. Here are those skills once again, because I know I did go pretty fast. They are acrobatics, sleight of hand, performance, and insight.
And I'm not good at performance. Oh, I will use insight and I guess sleight of hand.
Sure, yeah.
I will also ask the stars above to guide me in making the best tea ever for my
You
friends.
can do that for either of the checks, but not both.
Sure.
For the check you don't use guidance on, can Vega assist with this roll by... She's also like looking, she loves tea. Whenever we go out, we never see her actually drinking alcohol. It's always tea that she has. And so she's kind of also like deeply enamored by the motions of this ceremony. So she's also trying to follow along with the motions, not helping with the tea, but just kind of enjoying it, almost like a martial practice, how she would like learn a new sword stance.
It is very martial in its flow of stances. It seems that way, like kind of almost on purpose. And yeah, you absolutely can help with that, granting advantage to one of the checks.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, I'm gonna roll an insight check to like really get the moves down. Did I have to call out before stuff, right?
We'll say you took
Or-
advantage on the first one.
I took advantage on the first one, so it's a 17 instead of a 7.
Okay. And did you want to use your guidance there or not?
I will use my guidance because these movements are quite complicated.
Maybe
Oh.
it's like Vega and Stella going back and forth, like giving each other tips on like, oh no,
Yeah.
hold your arm like this.
Alright,
And
so- So you figured out the series of motions pretty well, and you've kind of got a good groove in your head for how you're going to go through them. And now comes the time to actually do them with sleight of hand.
Okay, I got this. Let's do sleight of hand, and with inspiration, bardic inspiration.
Sorry.
1d8.
Noise.
Oh ho ho!
Nice.
ready for the best tea ever. You know, like when you sit down at a restaurant at like where they like chop up the food and do tricks for you. It's like that with hot boiling water. Get ready, guys.
Nice. So you flow between the stance moves gracefully and effortlessly. It's mesmerizing to everybody watching. And when it comes time to pour the tea, you pour it in long, graceful arcs, kind of falling through the air into teacups, not spilling a single drop. And as you guys see that tea being poured at the end of this long series of beautiful motions, the tea itself kind of glows a little bit, as does the teapot.
Enjoy.
I'll drink the
Ooh.
goat tea.
Oh yes.
Yeah, well, drink the tea.
It
You
tastes
did such a
deeply
very good job,
refreshing,
Stella.
and invigorating. You feel like if you were at all injured, it would heal you. But it's just this wonderful tea that fills you with energy. Your whole body kind of just getting this warm sensation washing over it.
That really hit the spot.
That's very good. Do you think we have all 7 items now? We can go to the plaque. Does that feel like with the tea set, maybe?
Nice.
Which hint was the gemstone?
I could have been conflating the gemstone. It's possible that that's nothing.
Why?
We
The
Like,
one thing we haven't done is the Silent Guardians watch all but one. That is literally the only one, right? And I don't know what that means.
Was it not the dragons?
Hmm.
Watch all but one.
I don't know what that part meant, but they were
There's
Maybe
only-
we-
There's only 2 floors, right? There's not a third floor.
There's probably an attic, but yeah, there's no real third floor. So far, and this is, you guys probably can't see the lower floor because I didn't turn on the Explorer mode before. But downstairs, there were 2 rooms that had some statues. The main room had a bunch of statues in it, and then the place you entered in had 2 pairs of suits of armor.
Oh, those might
Sorry,
be silent
one
guardians.
pair of suits of armor. But anyway, yeah.
Okay, well, the owl's probably powered back up now, so when we go down there, I'm going to just play the piano and the rest of you can figure out the thing. Okay?
maybe we should put that gem back. Sorry about that.
Mm.
yeah, I'll take the gem and I'll put it back.
Great, you have a
Yeah, I
gemstone.
got it. No problem.
Yep, he's
Thanks.
gonna totally put that back.
Okay, did it.
Wow,
I
so
believe
helpful.
you.
He 100% didn't do it.
So were you guys heading back downstairs to look into those other rooms?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
So we don't have to actually move your tokens. We'll just pretend like you are downstairs because we have tokens down there already. Look at that. You're in the
Yeah.
stairway.
Whoa!
Magic.
Alright, you guys, good luck with the suits of armor. I'm gonna just play the piano now. She'll go back to playing the piano to distract the Earl.
Okay, well, real quick, how do you get there? Because the Earl is currently patrolling.
Oh,
Oh, crap. Where's
You
he
know,
at?
if we
There's a door up here.
does it have to be a piano? What if you harmonica the march?
Can she harmonica on the march?
That seems risky.
You know what? I've got a bunch of instruments. She's gonna play the march on her horn.
Okay. Give us a performance check with disadvantage. Not because of anything you're doing, but because it's not. But
Because
yeah,
it's a
go for it.
bad idea. Ooh.
Everything's a good idea all the time.
Until, yeah.
Let's see. With disadvantage, it's an 18, and I am going to use another one of my student dice to add a d4. I think I only have 3 student dice altogether. That's 2 from extracurriculars and 1 from the test. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, though.
I'm assuming one of your extracurriculars is like applicable to performance.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
I want to say it's the one from being in the show band.
That makes sense. Cool. So with a 20, what are you playing?
She's playing the march that he liked so much.
Right, on what instrument?
She's playing it. She was going to play it using her horn,
Sure.
but considering it like an accordion's a lot closer to the piano, she changes her mind and plays it on the accordion instead.
Okay, and do you want? Yeah. So your accordion comes out. Its melody is a little bit haunting, but you do certainly like play out beautifully this military march that you previously played on the piano. The Earl kind of looks over at you confused. Will walk up right to you, which is maybe a little bit unnerving because for folks who haven't seen this token before, it is. So the token isn't exactly accurate. It's wearing like a tuxedo and like a bow tie, but it is that construct, complete with blades on its arms and cleaning tools at its belt. It's not entirely sinister, but it's like watching you play this accordion very intently, and it does begin to like slowly march in place, though it seems almost skeptical.
Sure. She's going to kind of march with him towards the piano so she can switch to piano.
I see, for sure. And he will follow you
So
all the way
she's
over
like,
there. Yep.
yeah, kind of dancing around, like Pied Pipering him back to the piano.
Perfect.
And hopefully that is enough to let everybody else, do the actual job. I just
Yeah.
feel like she's kind of on a construct distraction duty, and she's okay with it.
And once you get back to the piano, the Earl is going to continue to dance along with you, now fully enthusiastic with no skepticism remaining.
See, that it was just a preamble. You love the piano.
How about the rest of you guys?
Well, yeah, we'll start looking at statues. There's some here. It looks like.
Right, let me describe those for you, because that's actually an interesting little scene there. This hall is lined with 4 exquisitely carved marble busts set on gilded pedestals. The abstract busts all represent beautiful androgynous figures bedecked with jewelry carved into the stone, and with a single 12-foot-long fur stole wrapped around the shoulders of all 4 statues.
Oh.
Fancy.
Has
Can
your
I-
time in the History Society taught you maybe who these people might be?
Maybe. Are there any like inscriptions or anything? Any plaques?
There aren't, and they're very abstract. Like they're kind of
Oh,
not
okay.
quite Picasso, but certainly not realism.
Right.
It's like they're very stylized. They might even be called caricatures, though they're not like making fun of anybody. They're just like highly exaggerated and stylized. So they likely are based on some real people, but without seeing those real people beforehand, hard to place them from this.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Do they appear to be watching us?
No.
Do they react to our movements?
They seem inert.
Okay.
I touched the first stole. Is it fluffy?
Oh, as you touch it, it is fluffy, and as you touch it, it ignites. The fur all kind of turning into fire. It will kind of like coil around your arm and then crawl up your arm and around your shoulders. This 12-foot-long fur stole, rapidly becoming a serpent made of fire that's wrapped around your body. It's not entirely unpleasant, though it might be a little bit terrifying. You are extremely comfortably warm, and the fire serpent's head kind of looks at you with wide eyes, flicks a little flame tongue out at you, and then kind of nuzzles your head.
Am I burning alive? Am I? No.
Doesn't look like it.
You are the most you're the most warm you can be comfortably, but
Ooh.
you are comfortable.
I'm just gonna walk with my hands like straight forward, trying to like give it room on my body, I guess,
Yeah.
and walk like this.
With this fur thing draped around you, you cast a lot of light. You are a beacon of brilliant light, but you're very, very warm and very comfy, and it seems friendly.
Nice, Sneaky. Good, Sneaky.
Are you okay? Are you fine? You look very on fire.
I feel okay. I just feel very stupid. I felt like I had to touch it, and then this happens.
Oh,
But-
so this was that.
Yeah. I feel stupid, but like I guess that's not unusual. I guess we could go back to do the thing. Should I put it back? I think it likes me.
Does it feel warm from
It
like?
is. Oh, do you want to touch it? It was a bad idea before, but here you go.
If Farble touches it, it does kind of uncoil from Stella and then coil around Farble. And a 12-foot-long stole on a ferry is a sight to behold. It really just becomes like a wrapped around flame fur coat, so to speak. As you are fully enveloped by this flame serpent. It doesn't impede your movements. It's just incredibly warm and fluffy.
Looking good. Hey.
You look like a Michelin man of fire.
I wish someone could like take a painting of this. Feels kind of dope. But I don't. Here, take it back. Take it back. Take it back.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it'll transfer back happily. It does nuzzle at your pockets a little bit, as if it's looking for something.
Oh, I give it some French fries.
It will gobble down the French fries very, very happily, and then rapidly become a little bit lethargic, and you'll see it kind of slither off of your shoulders and then back onto the statues, and then once again return to a furry state.
That was pretty fun. I'm gonna come back and visit him.
This and Vega will open up that door we were standing in, and expects to be back in that little kitchen.
Right, and you sure are. It's just the kitchen. This is the one with actual food prep, like meals. There might be some soup, soup materials. But yeah, it's a real kitchen.
And then Vega will open up the door into the dining room. We're going to see the suits of armor. If you're able to stop playing, maybe he'll power down again.
I don't think I can, but looking at those suits of armor down there by the door,
Oh,
I've just been thinking.
Those are statues.
Oh, sorry.
You're
Looking at the statues down there by the door, I've been thinking, do you think those maybe are looking at something except for one thing, like this table setting that I'm sitting right next to right now?
Looking at all but one.
Well, yeah, I'll go look at them.
They seem to be staring off into space. They're not like focused on anything.
Okay.
All the table settings seem identical.
Okay.
Okay, so that's probably not it. Sorry, I couldn't really focus playing the piano, but you know.
That was a good idea.
Thank you. The rest of you should probably keep searching. I want to keep him marching.
Good.
Is
good.
there another door down here?
There is, yeah. That one leads to the kind of snack prep kitchen.
I definitely want a snack.
Yeah, there's crackers aplenty, and cheese in a small ice box.
I'll fly out of that with like a little bit of cheese in my mouth.
Sure. It's delicious. Very, very high quality cheese. Probably nicer than they feed students typically.
They're the best. Whoa.
So these suits of armor, they don't seem to be staring at anything in particular.
They're definitely pointed at the cabinets.
And that's where all the weird objects were.
Okay.
Are there any objects in the room that aren't in the cabinets?
Not really. There are tapestries hanging around the room.
Okay.
I'll give you the text of this description again.
Okay.
So the cabinets here are full of curiosities. They line the northern wall of this room. The strange items on display here include a stuffed pheasant, a sextant dressed as a doll, a plaque with insects mounted on it, an ornate miniature saber letter opener, a potted orchid with rainbow-colored blooms, and a tiara studded with diamonds. And you also found that the insects on the plaque are wearing tiny top hats.
So cute. Tiny top hats. Thing of nightmares.
So
I don't. No, I don't know what we're missing.
Ooh. I just got a student eye in investigation. So I think Vega's kind of like looking at the room and looking at the suits of armor, and she's really hoping maybe if I get this right, I get to fight them. And she's just really trying to look around the room to like figure out like what's going on here. So I'd like to roll an investigation check.
Sure, yeah.
That is going to be a 19.
Okay, nice. All the objects here are very, very ornate. I mean, insofar as a stuffed pheasant is ornate, which, like, maybe. One of them sticks out to you. The plaque with insects mounted on it has a Quandrix symbol on it. And you remember that being described in Captain Dapplewing's history.
Oh, crap. Y'all, take a look at this. Stella, this might mean something in particular to you. Pointing to the Quandrix symbol, and Vega tries to recall, with the help of the group, what that specific bit of information was.
Oh, I feel so dumb that I've never looked back at this, Marco.
That's okay.
Yeah, okay, found the item.
Wait, what?
Candy
is it-
doesn't know that.
I mean,
Um,
there's
the
no reason you couldn't
Quandrix-
be shouting back and forth.
No, other than, hey, well, you guys are spending a long time in that room. Why?
We found bugs. Quandrix bugs.
Oh,
Does it-
yeah. In Captain Dapplewing's history, there was a thing about Quandrix specimen gathering expedition. And if this is all about his life well led, that's probably the one we're looking for.
Are the statues not looking at it?
Hard to tell because they don't really have eyes to speak of, but maybe.
No,
that-
but we have the plume from the musical composition. We got the bugs. There was a Witherbloom potion brewing seminar, which maybe has to do with the tea.
Hmm.
You know.
Let's go up and try the things we've got, and maybe we've got enough to open the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are you guys
That's a
taking
weird-
something from the curiosity room?
The bugs.
Oh, you got the bugs,
lack of
okay.
Bugs.
The
All right, cool.
bugs.
Yeah.
So we're gonna lift the bugs off the cabinet and stare at the statues. Like, are we gonna find them?
So we will zoom you back up to the upper floor with magic.
Woo!
Yeah, Vega just pats the suit of armor on the shoulder one day.
You could swear its helm turns a little bit, but maybe that was just your imagination.
You really want to fight a suit of armor, huh?
You know, I've fought a lot of things, but not a suit of armor just yet, so I think it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess depends on if you want to fight the suit of armor more, or if you don't want to be in the punishment extracurricular more.
Oh.
Once again, when you stop playing piano downstairs, the Earl says, "The Earl has been deactivated for 10 minutes." And kind of just
Seems
slumps
like
forward.
very peculiar that he does that. Like that. What a weird design.
Hey, I'm not questioning it. Let's get upstairs fast and get out of here.
So you guys are all heading to that plaque that described the 7 treasures?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. When you all arrive, you'll notice that the items you've gathered do begin to glow brightly, as does a section of the wall of this pillar. After a few moments, that section swings outward on unseen hinges, revealing a central stairway that leads upwards, as well as a Strixhaven star on the ground.
Oh, I was really looking forward to inserting objects in the similar shaped holes into this pillar.
Oh, I used to play a game like that when I was a child in the orphanage.
Yeah, it was very fun. Wait, what?
What?
Oh. Okay.
But like half the people here were orphans.
Like here? Here?
Yeah, it's Strixhaven.
Oh, okay.
It's like the most common adventurer background. It's fine. Let's go upstairs.
How did you know?
So
What Fireball and I bonded over.
She's a witch.
climbing the stairs, single file. It's very, very cramped as you head upwards. And in the attic, the ceiling is very, very low. But you do arrive in a small room. Let me just grab it for you. This cramped attic holds oddities considered too strange to display on the manor's main floor. An adult-sized writing toy resembling a rock on a spring. That's a big bird. A fine dress with wings made of bones. And a display shelf holding dozens of dolls are among the curiosities here. Standing in a corner is a very strange-looking automaton, completely out of place with the rest of this this kind of forgotten paraphernalia. It looks like this.
It's like a little mirror.
Oh, that's so cute.
Is that the thing? Is that it? It's like a tiny little robot.
I mean, very recently I thought a wind-up bird was it, but I'm pretty sure this is it.
Well, if we ask it a question, we'll know, right?
Yeah, but you want to make sure you ask a good truth that you want to know.
Oh, okay.
It is currently not lit up like that. Of course, it is completely inert, just sitting there, folded up.
I'm gonna try to pick it up and see how heavy it is.
Yeah, as you touch it, you feel it kind of hum to life. It begins to unfold a little bit, standing just slightly taller. The gems on its head do light up in 5 colors. They are white, green, red, blue, and black. And it stands up fully, and will turn its head to look at Fergal. It says, "You found me. Congratulations. I am the truth seer golem. How may I enlighten you?"
I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna think about it for a moment.
Take your time. It's not like I've been sitting here for hundreds of years.
If
I
we
like you, you're sassy.
Are we supposed to steal it? So we need to take it out of here? Like,
I think that's how like people know that we did it, right?
that's yeah. Because if we don't leave here, we haven't stolen it yet.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
that's my interpretation of it, but
Then we're
if we're
just, like,
gonna
eating.
steal, yeah, I don't want to ask it the question because then that's my question, you know? We should just steal it. I should ask it a question. She's gonna ask it a question.
What do you wish to know?
Okay. My parents disappeared to sea when I was very young, and I'm just wondering if they are alive, where are they now?
It like audibly sighs. Would you like the truth, or would you like to be happy?
No, tell me the truth. If they're dead, lay it on me.
Your parents lie at the bottom of the ocean, fish picked and forgotten underneath layers and layers of silt. Would you like to know more? I bet you would.
Yeah, I do. Like, what kind of fish ate them?
Too bad.
Yeah.
One
Wow.
question.
I guess I'm officially an orphan, though, you guys.
Yeah.
You did
I
it.
I'd be a
Well,
lot sadder if I knew them. But yeah, Fireball. High five. We're both officially orphans.
I'll, like fly up. Get a little-
Hey.
It looks at Farble and says, "What gaping voids in your mind can I help fill?"
Oh, I just wanted to know, like I do a lot of potional stuff, and I'm wondering if you had like a recipe for me of a potion that I was interested in.
Additional information required. Your question is half baked.
Yeah. Okay. It's like a potion of invisibility. I just kind of want to know how to make that.
That is the most simple question I have ever been asked.
Yeah. I don't like. I'm not good at like the schooling so much, but if you like show me how to make it, then I
Are
can
you
replicate
sure
it.
that's what you want to ask?
Yeah.
You
Farble, I
may
feel your
find the
question.
recipe for invisibility potions in the Biblioplex, shelf 34, row 37.
Row 37.
You may ask the librarians for assistance if you are unable to find it on your own, which seems
The
likely.
Biblio. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank
You
you.
regret asking that, don't you? Well, it's too late.
I could have probably done better on that. Shit.
Hey, Fireball, don't feel bad about it. You're under pressure, man.
Well, that's okay. At least I know that it's on row 34 and row 7.
Yeah, you know it's
37.
not been misshelved now.
I'm gonna write that down.
Oh, I have a question.
Yes, ask your questions. I have nothing to get back to.
So if there's a founder dragon impersonating one of the staff, what is their staff identity they've taken?
What do you think you want me to say?
Why are you answering my question with another question?
It's the Socratic Golem.
It sighs and says, "If a founder dragon was among the students of Strixhaven, I could not tell you. You may ask a different question."
I don't have another question right now. I'll think about it.
Take your time. I am not busy.
We should steal him now before we keep asking questions, though, because the Earl's gonna wake back up.
Yeah, okay.
But they're. Do you want to try to smuggle them out?
I'll just turn him invisible and we'll just walk him out the door.
I've got my question.
Okay.
Yeah, give it to Fergal.
Okay.
Yes.
Is Emrakul really stuck in the moon, and will she come out?
Students these days.
Or is Innistrad safe from Emrakul?
Emrakul, the Eldrazi entity capable of destroying planes with its presence. No.
That
No plane is safe from Emrakul. No prison is forever.
oh.
If you'd like to forget that, I can help. Lower your head to where I can reach it.
No, thank you.
I like this guy. Who's left? Vega?
Vega's been in the background admiring the dress made out of bones. Like, she's really digging the dress made out of bones. But has been thinking about the question, and eventually she'll go over and just pat the golem on the head. I don't think you can answer any of the questions that I'd ask, but thank you.
You may ask your question.
Have I been pushing the council too hard?
Quieter, please.
Quieter?
Quieter.
Have I been pushing the council too hard? Back home.
Are you sure you don't already know the answer to that question?
I do. Thank you.
I can answer it anyway.
I think I'm good.
Well, I hope you're happy. That's not true. I barely care.
Wait, does it want to leave? Ask it if it wants to leave. Actually, it doesn't matter whether he wants it to leave or not. Put it in your pocket.
The goal is we have to take it, so...
Yeah. Put it in your
So
pocket.
do you have a question? Because if not, we should get a move on.
Oh yeah, I guess I'll ask. Where do you want to go? We can take you somewhere. That's my question. Where do you want to be?
That is barely a question. I am unable to leave this place. I am bound by the magic of Strixhaven.
Oh,
Yeah, but
how
you
do
can
we
leave
steal you
this.
then?
Huh.
You can leave this room, though, right?
Incorrect. I am bound by the magic of Strixhaven.
Is there like someone that's good at drawing? Can they do like a little? It's like a selfie type of thing, but like a painting, so that people know that like we were here with the golem. If we can't take them.
Hell, we don't want to get caught.
Yeah, but like it'll be just like for us, like, oh, look at all the times we had. That was crazy. We walked around here and played some music. It was good.
I mean, the main thing is everybody, people attempt to liberate it, so even finding it is kind of a big deal, so...
If you do not have questions, would you like to know about the faculty of Strixhaven?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
Who would
What
you
you
like to
got?
ask about?
Dean of Order.
The Dean of Order dreams of leaving her position and joining a traveling circus.
Wow.
Okay, Clog.
Flarg misses more opportunities out of laziness than out of being free-spirited.
That's less fun.
What about Dean Valentine?
Valentine drinks blood for fun, even though he denies it.
Huh.
Who's that? Who's the one who gave Helianthus that crystal?
That was Zafai the Thunder Conductor, I think?
Oh yeah.
Thunder Conductor.
Zafai is unable to stop his music from summoning thunderclouds and torrential downpours. It's why he always has concerts outdoors.
Oh.
I knew it! Okay. How about, Uvilda Mistcoiler, Dean of Perfection? I'm a Prismari. I want to know Prismari stuff. sorry I asked.
Uvilda becomes tired of her art and often wishes she had chosen a different profession.
I feel that, Hilda.
What about Willow Dusk?
Willow Dusk is a teacher by accident, and she still barely cares about the philosophies of Strixhaven. The only reason she's a professor is that she likes teaching students to care for the Sedgemoor.
Oh.
Not
Uh,
Imbraham.
Oh, no, you go first. I asked more recently.
Imbraham would rather be asleep than awake, and it's because he finds students boring and bothersome.
How about Nasari, Dean of Expression? Like, if I really wanted to suck up with her, how would I do it?
The Dean of Expression is only a dean because it's a fun way to be at Strixhaven. They appreciate the position, but none of the responsibilities. They are irresponsible.
Then someday I shall be the Dean of Expression. It's my new goal in life.
Cool.
She's not here anymore, but do you know anything about Professor Onyx?
Onyx was a professor in name only, and came to Strixhaven for reasons entirely not related to the academic curriculum.
I would like to know more.
I bet you would.
Yeah, I just said yes.
What about Dean Kiani? The Dean of Substance.
Oh, Kian.
I never really thought about how many deans this place had, but like
It's a lot.
so many deans.
It's like 10 at least.
Kian is a dean because she enjoys growing animals to meet her own specifications. She really couldn't care less about Strixhaven itself.
Seems to be a trend.
Do you know Guillaume?
Oh yes, Gilly's great.
Guillaume
Yeah.
once cut up and served a student's awakened cabbage plant by accident. He begged the student to never tell anyone, but I know what he did.
No, no.
Oh.
We diced up some intelligent cabbages as well.
Do you know
Cabbage.
Ruxa? Ruxa is a bear.
Yeah.
She was awakened by a group of adventurers who taught her language and had her fight for them. They then abandoned her, and she wandered alone until Kian, Dean of Substance, found her and brought her here.
Where are those adventurers now? Because I want to go kill them.
Unknown,
Nah.
likely dead. Do you know Mina?
Wait, she's faculty?
Mina once had a slip of the tongue and called a peer insufferable. They still don't speak.
Which peer? What about that that elemental professor who is real mean?
Do you mean Lord Zahid?
Yeah.
Lord Zahid was rescued by Embrose, the Dean of Shadows, from a very simple trap. Embrose subsequently outwitted him, and the foolish Jinn must now serve 10 years as a professor at Strixhaven.
Is he really royalty?
The answer to that question depends on your frame of reference.
Oh no.
What about Lisette?
Lisette is too kind-hearted to make true progress. And she knows it.
They're also dishing on students. How about the hot owl boy that works at the tavern, Javanesh?
I am unable to share secrets of students at Strixhaven.
Wait, but you shared Minas.
You should mean those.
What?
okay. No, I get it. You don't want me to know about hot owl boy. That's fine.
The lights on top of the golem kind of begin to fade and flicker. And it says, I have used all my magical powers.
Wait, one more. But what about the
Good
gift shop guy?
night."
Oh.
And it kind of folds back up and its eyes go dark.
Oh, what a world! What
Oh,
a
see,
world.
you ask it one question about the hot boy and it turns itself off. It's very heteronormative of you. Any rate. Wait, did I use that as an insult correctly? Whatever. I hear people say it all the time.
So
probably
we
leave.
are at the end of our session. So you guys were able to exit Captain Dapplewing's manor. Certainly, the information you gained was of dubious value, but you certainly have enough to prove that you, in fact, did best the defenses of Captain Dapplewing's manor and did get to meet the Truthseer Golem, which will no doubt earn you heaps of respect and reputation on campus, if nothing else.
We're the best
Yeah.
around.
What happens if we try to take him with us?
He just can't move.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, he's stuck. Completely stuck.
Vega will absolutely
man.
put the harmonica back where it was found.
Oh, you'll
I think
find
that-
all those items are actually missing from your person.
Perfect.
That makes sense.
Good.
Yeah.
What easy
Hey.
cleanup.
What about the emerald?
Oh, that gem is still there.
Yes. Freaking score fireball. They're
It's a
awesome.
gem of brightness. It can be used to cast light and a couple other
Ooh,
nice little utility things with light.
nice.
I just want to thank all of you for helping me out. I really appreciate it. And if you ever want for tips on how to cheat or BS your way through a test, let me know. Unless it's about music, which is the subject that counts. You should never cheat on music. Music is honesty and truth. Every other course in this whole place is
Well, so that's all the time we have tonight. We will begin next episode with you guys starting your second quarter at Strixhaven with all kinds of other exciting things happening. But this has been Curriculum of Wonder. I'm Marco. I've been the Dungeon Master tonight. I love running this campaign. For all of you guys, you're great. For all of you watching, thanks for being here. You can find me on Twitter at TheMarconomicon. And also, of course, this is my Twitch channel, so you can find me here all the time. We stream this campaign every other Thursday, 7 to 10 p.m. Pacific. And also, on alternating weeks with that, on Fridays, we stream Divinity Original Sin 2, a playthrough that we're calling We Could Be Gods. So if you like that game or are curious about fun, story-driven RPGs with lots of explosions, tune in for that as well, maybe. Up to you. Sarah, you're next.
Heyo, heyo. It's been so wonderful to hang out, and also all of y'all in chat. Thanks for stopping by. I have been Vega, and around the internet, I am Sarah L. Kinney. I talk a lot about art and D&D and cooking, and I am finally able to start announcing some cool projects in a couple of weeks now. So follow me on Twitter to find out what those things look like. But otherwise, I will see you here in 2 weeks, which takes us to Kat.
Hi, I'm Kat, and I've been the guest star, one of 2 guest stars. Normally on the internet, when I am streaming, you can see me on Time to Tabletop, which is Time, the number 2, and then Tabletop, where I often wear costumes and sometimes DM. And when I DM as a goblin because, D&D is about fun, and I have fun wearing costumes and being weird. And I thank you all for letting me wear a costume and be weird on this stream.
Thank you for
and
doing it.
thanks. Yay. I had a lot of fun. And handed it over as a present to Francis.
Thank you. I'm Francis. I've been playing Fergal, and I never know what to say. Yeah, I love playing this game. You can watch us play Divinity next Friday. You can see how mad I am about politics on Twitter at FC Serpa, and yeah, that's it.
It's my turn. Hello, I'm Sam, and I've really enjoyed playing with all y'all tonight. You can find me on the internet at Shimi Art, where I do art of mostly D&D stuff. And also play Divinity. Come back the next Friday. Let's do it. Let's blow some stuff up. Hey, Yev, catch!
Oh, thanks. Did I do it? Yeah,
Yeah, you
I
got
got the
it.
right side this time. Hey, my name's Yev. I've been playing Farble. My name is at YevP almost everywhere. You can catch me on Twitter, probably fuming the same as Francis. And I'm sometimes known as the Backblaze guy from a variety of stuff that I've done on the net. So, thank you for having me, and it was fun to pop in.
Of course. Well, thanks everyone as well for joining us and tuning in. We have our first ever raid tonight, which is super exciting. So thanks to those of you who came from the raid as well. And if you stuck around, awesome, love you. Go ahead and come back if you'd like. Check us out again next time we stream. But otherwise, good night. Thanks for tuning in, and take care.
Wait.